All right. I think I'm live. We're back to excellent connection, which is good. Yesterday I had that warning message the entire time. Although you said, all of you said it didn't really make a difference or not. But nonetheless, I like just seeing excellent connection up there. All right, if you can hear me and if I sound okay, if you don't mind hitting that number 1 in the chat box just to make sure. Stephen R, very good. Again, hit that 1, the number 1 in the chat box if you don't mind, just to make sure that I'm sounding good. Bianca Superdog, yo. I guess I'll take yo's too. Either the number 1 or a yo works. Shaji Shem, very good. All right. Good morning, Drade, Pretim. What do you think of AMD earnings? Glay, Bianca, yo equals 1. What do you think of AMD earnings? I have no idea. I don't care. I'm not a fundamental trader or investor, so I don't look at that sort of stuff. So yeah, AMD earnings. I have no idea. I guess I could tell you, but it would be a total guess. I'm assuming you wouldn't like a total guess. Alan, good morning. Good morning. Great. Now why is it saying no data? Excellent connection. All right, back to excellent condition. Okay, now good. Now my thing, yesterday it said delayed 1 second, but that does not saying that today. Relax our do good. What are your 3 hot penny stocks to trade today? Bianca, I'm not sure. Are you kidding or is that like a serious question? I'm getting a cold from my kids. Market coming up here and testing a pivot point. So is it going to break up through here? That's the current question right now. I would be very scared to go long around this area for that reason right there. So we're looking at the MNQ here. Why are you trading penny stocks? I bet I have 2 questions. Would you like to be a day trader? And why are you trading penny stocks? I bet I can change. I bet I can change. I bet I can make your life better today very, very quickly. Yes, Stephen R. This is futures. Look at that, right off of that pivot point. You trade everything? Well, are you a day trader? What kind of trader are you? Again, for those of you that have been here before, you know the routine. I base stream length off of interest levels. So if you've been here before and you know that you're going to enjoy and like, make sure you hit that like button. If you have not been here before, welcome. It's great to have you. No need to hit the like button because I totally understand you have no idea if you're going to like this or not. But if you have been here before, then friendly reminder, the goal is to get this up to 110 likes by the 2-hour mark. Bruce, good morning. So that we can keep the party going. So I will go for sure at least 2 hours, but beyond the 2-hour mark, that is where I have to kind of start to base that off of interest levels. Okay, well, Bianca, I will tell you that you are wasting your time day trading any sort of stock. Total waste of your time. You're inefficient. You are taking on too much risk. I'm guessing you're trading those sorts of stocks because you don't. Let me guess. You don't have the $25,000, so you fall under the pattern day trading rule. Therefore, you're forced to swing trade sometimes because when you only have 3 day trades every 5 days, you can make some day trades, but then other times you have to hold overnight because you either don't want to burn a day trade or you just don't have any day trades. Am I kind of right? Is that why you're seemingly doing a mix of all sorts of things? Because you don't have the 25,000. And, so you can't quite go full bore into being a day trader. Is that kind of, you have 6 figures? Okay, well, good job on the 6 figures. Congratulations. But you are still being very inefficient with your capital. You're taking on way too much risk than you actually need to. And the fact you have six figures, then you're asking some person on a live stream what are the like top penny stocks. I don't know. Why? Because why would you put all of your money at risk on a trade? Do you ever have bad days? Do you ever have days, especially with penny stocks? Of course you do, where you get stuck in crazy movements. Said you're trading mid cap penny, yeah. So you totally have bad days where you get stuck in crazy movements. I trade big caps and sell premium against them. Okay, well that's not day trading, that's swing trading. Okay, so you're doing penny stocks because you kind of just want to do a little bit of gambling, I guess. Yeah. So I've nothing against if you're trading big caps. Again, this is why definitions matter. When you say trade, there's multiple types of trading. There's day trading, there's swing trading. So what you actually meant to say was I swing trade big caps and sell premium against them. Again, that's trading options, but from a swing trading standpoint, that's good stuff. No problems against that. But it sounds like you are day trading the penny stocks, which I would say is just not a very good use of your capital and a very risky use of your capital. Why don't you trade futures, Bianca? All right, we're getting a bit of a pullback here. Okay, my argument is not whether or not you can make money day trading penny stocks. My argument is that you're not operating efficiently. That's the argument. You're taking on too much risk. You're just not operating efficiently. All right, I'm interested in potentially buying this pullback here. All right. Well, it sounds like you got your own thing going on, Bianca. I think this is going to be a slippery uphill battle trying to. So you just do your thing. Congrats. But no, I don't trade penny stock nonsense. I don't day trade penny stock garbage. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of my capital, and it's an inefficient use of risk. Yes, I was trading penny stocks many years ago. But yes, as somebody that is a former day trader in stocks and options, I can say with a lot of regret that I wish I would have changed into day trading futures a whole lot sooner. Because day trading stocks, day trading options is just it's just not good. It's not good. It's inefficient. It's a waste. You're not using your capital wise. You're taking on more risk than you actually need to. I do post penny stock videos because I'm trying to get those people here so I can tell them how they're wasting their time. It's an evil master plan. I do post videos on stocks because I hope those stock traders show up to these live streams and I can smack them upside the head and say, hey, stop being like me. I was once where you were, day trading options and day trading stocks. I'm here to tell you there's a better way. And I can mathematically prove that it's a better way. Yes, Ambios, whatever your name, Ambios. If you're still trading stocks, if you're still trading penny stocks, you should probably stop. Tuan, hello. Kelvin, good morning. But they're on your videos. Well, I just explained that. It's an evil master plan. I'm trying to bring in the stock traders so I can tell them stop day trading stocks. Again, the argument is not about not being able. I'm not saying you can't make money day trading stocks or day trading options or day trading crypto or day trading forex. That's not the argument. The argument is one of efficiency. You're not being efficient. You're taking on more risk than you actually need to. Cool. No, I don't do anything on pennies. Pennies are a total like I'd rather go watch a freshly painted wall and watch that paint dry compared to trading pennies. I don't even know that like people still. Why I do know, but I still don't even know how pennies exist with the way cryptos have kind of taken over in some senses. Still looking to try to buy here. Should probably move this down though now. Well, let me cancel out and I'll kind of explain my day. I explained trading futures to my friend is like trading stock with no BDT and 100,000. Yeah, yeah. No, there's a whole lot of benefits. The biggest benefit though is just, I mean, for the vast majority of people to day trade futures is this one right here, or on Pam's plant, which is what we preach around here. The biggest thing that for stock and option traders is right here, pattern day trading rule. So if you're a stock or option day trader and you're very annoyed that pattern day trading rule is making your life miserable, well, right there, there is zero pattern day trading rule within the world of futures. So you can day trade, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell as much as you want every single day. So that I think is the biggest thing that makes it worth people's time. You're more than welcome to hang out, Bianca, but on the live stream, I am focused on day trading futures and converting people to Pam's plant. Those are the two things. Just showing people what futures are all about and trying to convert them to what is a good idea. Your strategy, your method. I am a technical trader. I'm using technical charts to help make my decisions. But no, I do not have some like somebody yesterday was like, I trade something about blah, 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 market structure, blah, 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 something else that really cool sounds. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have any cool sounding name. I just tell people I'm a technical trader. You were promoting penny stocks previously, but now you kind of curse it. Yes, because penny stocks are garbage. Ambiosa, you seem to be operating on a premise that like people can't learn new information and experience new things and change their mind. Like, yes, all those things are true. I used to trade penny stocks. I used to day trade options. I used to day trade stocks. But I've learned new information. I've experienced new things. I've considered new math. That's why I can say those things are a waste of your time within the day trading category. What do you think about prop firms? I love prop firms. That's part of Pam's plant right here. My argument for day traders, this is the best way to go about it, and I can prove it. Nobody's been able to refute Pam's plant. Is step one, if you're a day trader, choose to trade futures for these reasons. There's other reasons, but these are the main ones. And then choose to trade futures through a prop firm, which is explained right there, all the benefits that a prop firm can give you. So yes, I am a big believer in prop firms. Which prop firm? I like Take Profit Trader, which is who is being that link at the top of the screen. That is where that will take you. Yeah, see, Kelvin's a perfect example. So Kelvin, somebody that came from the world of penny stocks and is now doing futures day trading. What are your thoughts? Are penny stocks better, or what are your thoughts on that? So for anybody here that is maybe in the world of small cap stocks or penny stocks, whatever you want to call them, Kelvin, as he said, he was actually looking for penny stocks, found all this. So what are your thoughts on somebody that has now been day trading futures for the past couple of weeks versus penny stocks, Kelvin? Let the chat know. Nice little consolidation. So the thing that's got me a little hesitant based on the 5-minute is we have the pink line right there. 200 period, simple moving average. You had that one breakout of it, but then and this is where the live stream started. So for those, remember, you heard me saying, I'm not buying right there. What made me not want to buy right there? Well, the price was basically at that pivot point, and boom, the power of charts right off of that pivot point, the dotted brown line. So that's where the basically live stream started. Did get the break of the pink line, and then just got brutally smacked back down. But now it's just kind of still hovering. You got it. I mean, it's still, so if we just use a 200 period as a trend line itself. So, I mean, a very nice bull pennant. So for you golfers, let's make it visual. There we go. Golf hole down here. So a nice bull pennant pattern in shape, just kind of a situation of which way does it seem like it wants to go. So we're in essentially a holding pattern right now. Kind of just got to see how things play out. Penny stocks are way more risk. There's literally a 2,500% less risk doing futures. Yeah, exactly. Penny stocks are so much more risk. Exactly. What's the best time to trade futures? I don't know. It depends on your strategy. Depends on what you're looking to do. So I don't know. I would need more information. But there's a time for everybody. Even if things are a little slower, you can always compensate for that by raising up your position size a bit too. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of flexibility within the world of futures. Now, me personally, I would not be interested in taking that short. I could see that being one of these little fake breakdowns. Hindsight will be the judge. Maybe I'm totally wrong in this, but I could see it, breaking down, acting like, and then back up it goes. So I'm not currently interested in playing any sort of short if it does break to the downside of that pattern. We'll come back and watch this on the 2-minute time frame. So what we were just looking at is the 5-minute. This is the 2-minute here. What's your favorite time? Can't really. I use multiple times. So my favorite time is multiple times. Right here, we're looking at the 2-minute time frame, and then we were just looking at. Oh wait, you might not mean. I enjoyed the morning. I enjoy right at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm not quite sure what you're asking, Steven. Are you asking about the best time to trade futures or the best time frame? I guess I assume time frame, but you may just be asking my favorite time. I like trading at the open. So to go over my day a little lighter on this account. What do I mean by this account? Well, within prop firms, you can have multiple accounts. So I actually spent the morning getting this account right here pushed over the. This was a test account, so I got that pushed over the 53,000. So I got that passed. So that's where my main efforts went this morning, getting another test account passed. So to build quick context here, what does that mean in the world of prop firms? Stage 1 is you have to pass a test. So you have what's called a test account, quote unquote. And then once you pass the test account, you move into the pro account. And then once you're in the pro account or the pro plus account, once you begin to make money in those accounts, you can start to request that money and get paid and make real cold, hard cash. But again, step 1 is you got to get through the test phase. So that is what I was, like I said, working on my morning. And again, you can have multiple accounts. You can have up to 5 active accounts, do copy trading and all sorts of good stuff. But like I said, for the context there, that is where this account is a little bit on the lower side just because I was mainly focused on this account. So made 870 on it, which the goal on that one is to make 3,000. So you start with 50, you got to get it up to 53. And as you can see right there, it is over 53. Again, well, what are the requirements for this test, Clay? Good question. So like I said, I was on this 50,000 purchasing power. And the test for that is you've got to make 3,000, but you're not allowed to lose 2,000. So yes, a prop firm does want to make sure you're managing risk, controlling risk. And that is why that 53,000 number was important, because not to insult your math, but if I was at 50,000 and then got up to, if you got to make 3,000, well, then that would make it the goal being 53,000. 50 plus 3,000 gave me that 53. So that is now a passed account, which is always a good thing when you're passing those test phase accounts. Oh, we're back. All right, we should be watching this we're back up through the 50 period or 200 period. So I could see a scalp, I could see somebody wanting to buy there and then scalp out at the pivot point, just because it's a big unknown up at that level. Like, is the price actually going to push through that area? Totally valid concern, a pretty big unknown. So yeah. How long did I think today was day 3? Day 3, I think, Dre Day, or day 4. One of those two. Either took me 3 or 4 days. Ryan, what's your favorite platform? I am using Tradeovate, but it's through Take Profit Trader. So the way that, if you want to use specifically how I'm doing it, step 1 would be choose your the purchasing power that you want. And again, each one has a different test requirement. And then during the checkout phase, it'll ask you, okay, now what platform do you want to use? And I choose Tradeovate. The nice thing here is that Take Profit Trader, the prop firm, will go and create this account for you. So you do not need to go to Tradeovate and set up a separate account. So you get to skip kind of the hassle and headache of having to, okay, now I got to sign up here and proof all that stuff. You don't have to do any of it. Take Profit Trader will do it, and then the prop firm will send you your username and password, and you can log in, and then you can get started on this right here. Hey Clay, hope you're doing great. Is the 9 EMA the best one you could use for the 1 minute time frame? I have no idea. There is no best one. There is no best one. You just got to figure out what works for you. So if you're finding good success with the 9 EMA, go with it. If it seems to be just getting, throwing you in choppy nonsense, then maybe experiment with something else. But there is no quote unquote best one of anything. Hey Rob. Started my take profit trader this morning, made $18. Very good. Good job. Remind me, Rob, is this your first time trading futures? I remember you from yesterday. I just can't remember where that stood. You're welcome, Ryan. Again, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. We got to get this up to the 110 likes by the 2-hour mark to keep the party going. So we still got plenty of time. But okay, what were you trading before this, Rob? What were you day trading before you just have now given futures a try? I always love to ask people this so people can just not take my word for it, but just see. Because right now I'm at 100%. Everybody that has day traded something other than futures, if they've trusted to give Pam's plan a try and then have tried futures, every single one of them so far has come back and said, yep, I'm never going back to day trading stocks. I'm never going back to day trading futures. Day trading futures is way better. Stocks. So Rob, what are your thoughts so far? Oh, Ryan, you got to ditch Forex, man. Forex is a joke compared to this. I promise, if you try day trading futures, Ryan, you're going to be like, what was I doing with my life? Why was I trading Forex? I did the same thing. I was like, Clay, what were you doing with your life? Day trading stocks and options. McQueen, I already feel better about it. Would you agree that they move? I mean, just the way they move, the technicals. I mean, there's just something about it where it's like, yeah, it's just better. It's just better. Nice. 43 likes in that surge. Very good. I appreciate it. The best one, Edge, is the one that you know are comfortable with and can execute. Well said, patient. Well said. It moves way better. Yeah, exactly. So once again, we have somebody that is coming from day trading stocks. Rob in the chat. He's now day trading futures. And he said, what did he say at first? He already feels better about it. It moves way better. Exactly. War, the movement of futures is so much smoother. Exactly. More recognizable patterns. I noticed Yep. Technicals all work on it. So don't fall under the premise of, well, I don't have to learn how to trade futures. No, that's a false premise. If you use charts already, the only difference for you would now be using charts to day trade futures as opposed to charts to trade stocks or crypto or whatever, or Forex or whatever you're doing before. So if you know your charts, then you can trade futures because it's all just charts. So got the break, but again, it's all right now kind of, this is just the big resistance zone anyways. Between the pivot point and this pink line, this whole area here, it's kind of like if you want to picture it as a swamp, muddy ground, bulls are trying to get through it, but their hooves are getting caught. They're kind of sinking down a little bit. So, they can push through the swamp. But swamps, they're not going to be the easiest thing. So, yeah, the bulls right now are in this little bit of a swamp, mushy, muddy, trying to find some momentum, trying to find some footing, but it can take a while. I don't use any of that stuff, Ryan. I know some people love the DOM. I just have it on the live stream here because I know people use it and like to see it. But yeah, I don't use it or anything like that. Again, Yawer, I don't know, man. I don't know. You're operating. You got to figure out what works for you. Give it a try. Give it a try and see what happens. Because again, you have not given me enough detail. Okay, you want to pair the 9 EMA with the 21 EMA, but I don't okay, and then how are you going to use those in conjunction with one another? So, even at this point, you still have not given me enough information. But just go give it a try. See how you feel about it. See how it works. What are the major requirements and the commissions? Commissions are basically nothing. Especially, Bianca, if you've traded futures before, you know how fast futures can move and you know how quickly the gains can add up. So futures commissions, yes, they're there, but they're very, very minimal, especially when you factor in how fast things can add up. And the requirements, well, if you're doing Pam's plant, the prop firm route, the requirement to get started, and again, this is part of Pam's plant. The nice thing about prop firms is the low capital required. So for the prop firm that I'm using and recommending, the lowest amount you would need to get started is $105. So right there, $105 gives you $25,000 in purchasing power. If you want to go to the other end of the spectrum and get $150 in purchasing power, you would be at $252. Now that does say per month, but that is only during the test phase. So that's why I always tell people get the test passed within 1 month, which is plenty of time because you get it done and you pass the test from test to pro, in the pro and pro plus, there is 0 monthly payment. So once you get into those accounts, no more monthly payment. It only exists in the test. So yes, to be fair, you can take as long as you want to pass the test. But I just encourage people, get it done within that month so that you don't have to pay that fee again. And just like that, the swamp won out. For those of you that were just here for the analogy, I don't know if it was a good analogy, but it made sense in my mind. The swamp has once again won. The bulls lost their footing. And if we want to throw some quicksand in, did the bulls just step in a pit of quicksand? I don't know. But this candle right here, not too encouraging. So that is why personally I was not really interested in going long anywhere in quote unquote the swamp from the 200 period up to the pivot point up there. So yes, the swamp won the battle on this day. The swamp doesn't always win. Sometimes the bulls find some hard ground and can keep on stampeding. But in this situation, the swamp won. They stepped in a pit of quicksand, it seems. Can you walk through how to make a second and third additional? Just create another account. On your dashboard, at the top, it says create, or what does that say? Let me look. I can't remember exactly what it says. But on your dashboard, Rob, so when you log in, create new, there should be a green button on your dashboard that says create new. So right there, Rob, on your dashboard, all you got to do is click on that, and then you can go through the checkout process again and get another account. So overall, just after my struggle with passing the 50K account, 25 feels like a breeze almost. You risk breaking the 50% rule in only a handful. Yeah, exactly, Evil Shaddix. Everybody's going to have a different opinion on, hey, we're at 50 likes already and not even 30 minutes in, and I wasn't even requesting likes. So for those of you that are showing up and hitting the like button without me even requesting it, thank you. That's good stuff. Awesome. Yeah, it's all got to just figure out what makes sense to you. What's the difference between MNQ and NQ? They're the same exact patterns. They're the same exact charts. The NQ just moves faster, meaning that the gains add up. The gains and losses add up much quicker with the NQ. The MNQ, the gains and losses just add up slower. So it's just a way to kind of manage volatility. If you're a beginner, Eric, definitely start on MNQ. And then once you get your bearings, once you kind of get some things figured out, then yeah, you can start to dip your toe in NQ. But as somebody that's brand new, I would say start with MNQ. There are no margin requirements. With the prop firm, it just tells you right up front, so you don't have to do any of that math. Right up front, it's telling you. For the 50K account, Bianca, it's telling you right here. How much can you buy per trade? Well, you could get 6 of the very volatile contracts or 60 of the less volatile ones. So there you go. So that's what the 50K is allowing you to get up to in regards to position size. Super challenging day to day, no blown accounts, that's always good, or anything but just wrong on a lot of trades. Yeah. It's always a difficult... Okay, there we go. It's always a difficult day in some senses. Now, if you caught this move down, great. But when you have nasty... Well, let me put it this way. Let's just recap the morning session and how I can see people getting tricked and stuff like that. So if you are red on the day or you struggled this morning, does CPD have a charge? No, you have to make... Yes, they do. For anything under, I want to say $250. So if you're requesting more than $250, Bruce, then there's no withdrawal charge. So day started off very, very strong. Actually had a nice little bull pennant here. So I can see people like, oh, I'm playing the bull pennant. That bull pennant got crushed all the way down to not only the lows, and think about it, there was no double bottom. I almost played the double bottom right here, but I was just like, let me give it a little chance to react. And I'm glad I didn't, because down there, whoosh, down through there, did not care. And then after that, the market was like, hey, all those people that are now getting bearish and short, let's just come up here, kind of hesitate, sucker in some shorts here, and then just keep booming to the upside. So truly a tricky day. So again, if you're in the red right now, or if you had a rough morning, I get it. I survived personally, but like I said, I was on the verge a couple times of potentially not having the greatest of mornings. No, I'm very curious about this trend line right here. Let's see if that is going to be. Now, even with the break of the trend line, I would not get too excited about it. Why would I not get too excited about it? Well, not that far away from up above that trend line break, you do still have that pivot point, which has proven to be very, very stubborn. So, now you could argue, and I don't think I'd push back very much. Well, Clay, I hear what you're saying, but I want to use that trend line as kind of my leading indicator that that pivot point is finally going to be broken. And I could say, okay, that's fair enough. So your idea would be if it can break this trend line, then I think that is the sign that the price is now getting ready and will push up through that pivot point right there. So I wouldn't push back against that much. I can see the logic there. I only did one trade, was enough to cover the day. But I didn't even ask, how are people's days going? Did you have a pretty tricky morning session, or how'd that go for people? Once again, let me bring over the 5-minute. This will mean more. You can see the swamp is still presenting problems. Right now, the price can't even necessarily get into the swamp per se, because now that pink line has once again gone right back to acting as resistance. You can see that's right where the price has rejected a couple of times. So, yeah. But I'm personally not interested in this one until from the long side, unless the price can prove itself by being able to get up through that swamp on the 5-minute. Do I trade the opening? Yes, I trade the opening, Ryan. I like the opening. I'm not the greatest afternoon trader. So on the live stream here, I always tone things down a little bit just because, I've learned don't just listen to your mind. Don't let ego take over and be like, no, I'm a great afternoon trader. I'm going to send it in the after, because I'm not the greatest. I'm capable, but am I like great to justify, throwing on, 5 NQs? No. Kelvin, I'm up 600 on a 25K I made yesterday. Good job, Kelvin. Good job. K Kim, down 500. Good job, I would say. On a morning like this, it seems like it'd be a whole lot worse than down 500. Yeah, Yawar almost got swept exactly where you avoided it too, though it was going down, but luckily waited for more. Yeah, exactly. I decided to wait for more confirmation. Gotcha, Kelvin. We're up around 25. Hey, you know what? Up around 20. Again, this morning, I get it. If you're quote unquote only up $25, $100 or whatever, no shame there. This morning was quite tricky. Do you trade pre-open or post 9:30? Yeah, it depends. If there's some good action going on, I'm not opposed to trading before 9:30 a.m. The other thing that if you're maybe new to futures, the futures are basically open, so another reason why to consider trading them. But they're essentially open around the clock. So if you're super busy and you have a busy work schedule, you can find some time to trade them. Now they are closed on Saturdays. They close Friday at 5 p.m. and then open back up Sunday at 6 p.m. But yeah, besides that, they're pretty much open around the clock. I'm $25 of the 50 EMA green line. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So we'll bring over the 5-minute. We'll see, can it get back into the swamp? All right, it's entering the swamp. The swamp is between the 200 period and that pivot point up there. In other words, this is just a resistance area for the bulls. And we're just going with the analogy that it's like a swamp. Every time the bulls have been up here, their hooves are getting stuck in mud. Right here, they hit a pit of quicksand. They do seem to be trying to dig themselves out of the quicksand, though, now as they're recovering back up. But still in the swamp. So like I said, that's why me personally, I want to see if the price can push itself up through this swamp, quote-unquote, area before I get really too bullish. Because as of now, the swamp is presenting a whole lot of problems. There's 1 failure, 2 failure, 3 failures, a couple failures right there to even get in the swamp, another failure right there to even get in the swamp. So yes, this general area here is being quite annoying for those bulls. Is NQ the main one you look at to trade? No, MNQ and NQ. The nice thing here is NQ and MNQ They have the same charts. They're the same thing. Their movement is just worth different amounts. So that's what that's what's nice is you can watch either one. Just make sure that you're about to trade the right one. Yesterday I had a situation where I thought I was trading the MNQ, but I was actually on the NQ tab up here, and I was like, oh, whoa! All right, no, I want out of that one. But yeah, so I watched the NQ and MNQ because they're the same thing in terms of the patterns and visuals. So let's go look at the NQ real quick, and you'll see the same thing. See, same exact situation, but now this is the NQ. So we'll go back here to the MNQ, and again, same exact situation. So what makes it really nice. What about? Yeah, I don't really trade the ES. Okay, price is back in the swamp. Is it going to hit some more quicksand? Is it going to get bogged down for a while in some mud? We'll see. But officially in the swamp. Let's see what the bulls can do. Now, maybe you see something that is giving you confidence that the bulls are going to be able to push up through this swamp area. Hey, good on you. So if you're getting long because you see something that I don't see, more power to you. But for me, I'm just going to sit back and see if the price can indeed get through this swamp area. And we are watching here on the 5-minute time frame. So it's up there. Is anybody long right now? Is anybody thinking that the bulls are going to be able to push up through the swamp? I mean, this is better than any Hollywood movie. If I was creative, I'd come up with a cool Hollywood title like The Bull in the Swamp. But that's the Swamp Bowl? That's maybe a little bit better. Bull Swamp? I think the Swamp Bowl probably is the best movie title that I could come up with right now. That's what we're watching. The Swamp Bowl. Can it put... Uh-oh. Did it just step in some... another thing of quicksand? No, it's trying to hold on. Trying to find its footing. Up in a lot of mud. Soft spots. Those hooves just can't quite find any momentum. But I should add it in. But the benefit is, I mean, you look down here, and every time the swamp knocks the bull back down, it continues to put in those higher lows. So the bulls, it is still making progress. The chat disconnected. Why is it disconnected? Successfully. So when it disconnects, can people still hear me and just not talk, or what's up with that? All right, well, it says it's connected again. I'd assume that's a YouTube issue. Can people still hear me? Can somebody type just anything in the chat? Is the chat working? Okay. All right. Very good. All right, knocking on the door. Again, the out of the swamp is up here at the 940 mark, which is that pivot point. But I know, like I said earlier, some of you may be saying if it breaks that trend line, I'm using that as my leading indicator that the break of that pivot point is coming. Wall to wall and treetop tall. Hear you, very good. Is it me or is the volume pushing up way lower? I mean, the volume's decent. Still knocking on that door. I don't know. Maybe, is that where I should put a buy? Okay, now, let me get off of... Oh, shoot, just missed it. Well, I'll have to paper trade it. I was going to put a buy up above that area. We are out of the swamp. Now, are the bulls going to find some green pastures with solid footing and then go on a whole new run here? Out of the swamp right now. Now it's all about what kind of territory is up here. Is this a nice level field? Are the bulls going to be able to find a nice field to start prancing around and stampeding around, or what? I guess maybe right now. Oh, nice volume on the breakout candle down here. This is an account that I probably need to start to get a little bit more aggressive with, so I'll go with a little bit bigger size here if it does want to pull back. My challenge is patience, so I take profit too early. Yeah, taking profit too early is, I contend that a lot of people say, I don't know, honoring your rules, honoring a stop loss, that's the most difficult thing. I think what I've seen, what I've experienced, I think the hardest thing in trading is letting a winner win and not taking profit too soon. I think that's the hardest skill to have. Not necessarily, now don't get me wrong, honoring a stop, being disciplined, cutting the loss when you're wrong, that's a hard skill. But I think the hardest for a lot of traders is just not taking profit too soon. Jason Abrams, hey Clay, do you see GNLN reverting to the mean and doing an EMA or 10 touch? Oh, I'm not quite sure, Jason. I'm not focused on any of those things. I'm right now I'm focused on day trading futures. I will say, Jason, you're not day trading GNLN or LGMK, are you? You're not like you're not actively day trading those things. Please tell me you're not. All right, I got to get ready here for a potential buy on the back test. Nope, did not come down. I want to see it back test the area there. All right, we'll see if it wants to make another push. Did get up through the area. We are, well, still kind of stuck at the top of the swamp right now. Okay, I'm a fan of your top stock move. No, I was thinking of buying, and sitting on the position for the swing or pop back. Let me ask you this, Jason. Would you like to be a day trader, but you find yourself with less than $25,000, so technically you can't be a day trader because of that very annoying pattern day trader rule? Does that sound like anything of your situation? Hey, I'd love to be a day trader, but I just can't quite do it because I don't have that $25,000. So in stocks, I'm hampered down by the fact that I only get 3 day trades every 5 days. Does that sound like anything of your situation maybe? If so, I got good news for you. You can become a day trader today. All right, coming down. And so watching that 5 minute off screen. I mean, yeah, but I also like to try to find more oversold stocks and bottomed out. Yeah, but I mean, do you like to do that because that's really the only thing you're able to do? You basically have to swing trade because you can't day trade. Like, I remember I'd have to be a day trader and do stuff like that just because, well, I don't have the $25,000. So therefore, like, I've got to hold things overnight. But like if I had my choice when I got started, if I could buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell as many times as I wanted every single day, that would have definitely been what I would have done. Okay, well, then you need to, and you already use charts, then I would encourage you to do Pam's plant. Because the big thing about Pam's plant, which is an argument for futures trading, Jason, you could be a day trader today. How so? Well, in the futures market, when it comes to the pattern day trader rule, which you just admitted is what's basically forcing you to become a swing trader, well, there is none in futures trading. So you can buy and sell as much as you want every single day. No pattern day trading rule. And I would also say to do it through a prop firm, especially when you're new. You don't have a whole lot of capital that's needed. So in other words, Jason, you could get started with an account and you could be day trading futures if you have $105 because that's all it takes. $105 gives you $25K in purchasing power. So if you want to and plus, I mean, futures move way better than stocks anyways. But if you want to do that, you could start that immediately. You could day trade as much as you want. Typical. And then it goes down and bounces right off that yellow line, which is where I was looking for my entry point. That's okay, though. That's okay. All for helping Jason. I like it. So there you go, Jason. Well, I don't know anything about futures. Well, yeah, but you use charts, like you said. And charts work the exact same on futures. Exactly, Jason. Like I said, I'm telling you. Look, you got to be kidding. Look at this. So Jason, I mean, this is my proof. Jason, I was talking about buying the back test. So all right here, this is just nothing fancy. This is just a technical breakout. It broke out, came back down, back tested the breakout point, and then went back up. Like that happens in stocks, sure. It happens in options. It happens in Forex. It's just technicals. It's just charts. So yeah, Jason, if you want to use the prop firm that I'm using and then that I recommend, yeah, there you go. Then the link at the top of the screen will give you the discount, 30% off, no activation fee, and you can literally become a day trader today and day trade as much as you want. And I promise you, you give futures a try. We just had somebody earlier say how futures, they just move so much better than stocks. I swear the price has been chasing my stops all day. Yeah, sometimes it can feel like that for sure. Well, you all heard me. I was waiting for this pullback, and then Pam's plant, that's okay. It was for a good cause. Like no more than 1% and manage your risk. Yeah, no, exactly. That's another good thing about prop firms. They'll force you to manage risk because of those rules. And that's part of Pam's plant too. That's a good thing to have. Rules imposed upon you to force you to manage risk. And that's a great way to learn about risk control is if you have to do it. If you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. We could take a run up to 75 likes. That'd be great. So if you're enjoying, it's coming back down. I'm going to wait for the I'm waiting for 920-ish because that's actually the 200 period. I'll bring it over. I'm actually now waiting for the 200 period right here. Let's see if it can pull back to the 200 period. Hey, good morning, Arrow. Good morning, Jared. Again, wanting to see if this pivot point, though, this pivot point is a problem. Look how the price is just quote unquote kind of stuck in that area. Come on down. Again, I'm not, there we go. I'm watching the 5-minute. Came down, did not quite hit it. All right, let me just get this out of here. It served its purpose. Problem now, though, is I don't know where to put my stop if I'm using that as an entry point. So let's see what kind of candle forms and let that give me where my stop is. Because right now, on the 5-minute, if I get in right here, like, what do I put my stop all the way down there? That's not gonna work. So let's see what kind of candle forms around here, and that will give me a better idea on where a stop should be. So even like right here, that could work. Okay, I want to see how this candle forms, and then so I have a risk profile now that I can. How often do you use pivot points? I'm always keeping my eye out for pivot points. All right, I want to see what kind of candle here forms. If we get any sort of doji, hammer, spinning top, then I'll be interested because now I have a nice little stop loss location right down below here. Like I said, I want to see how this candle forms first. So this is the 2-minute time frame. So come on, stay healthy looking. But don't leave me behind. No. It's kind of leaving me behind, but all right, I can still buy it if it wants to come back down. Today kind of slow. Guess they're waiting for the Fed to move the market. I mean, slow is relatively speaking. Sure, slow compared to a few weeks ago when Trump was tweeting about Trumps every other hour. Yeah, I agree. Slow compared to then. But like still plenty of wiggle room to make money. All right, here we go. Buy. I'll put my stop right there. Well, in hindsight, I should have just bought the 200 period moving average. Beautiful bounce, but like I was explaining, I just didn't have a spot at that exact moment in time of where I could have put a stop. And as always, we got to be focused on that risk management, risk control. So it just didn't quite work out. I could see a short up around here. If it wants to come up and then come back down, just look to play a fake break. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and exit that out. Ah, bummer. Did anybody play that? Did anybody buy the breakout? Hopefully somebody was like, no, I'm not. I didn't. Well, no, that I stand by it. That at that moment in time, I didn't have anywhere to put my stop. Well, I mean, I did have an area, but it was way too far down below. Well, Tuan, I keep forgetting that you've already admitted that you're only like 50% a trader, and then you have like 50% you say you're just here to gamble. So I understand, like when when half of your strategy is just pure gambling, sure, you just want crazy moves because, well, you're like a gambler. But like if you were 100% like a serious trader, well then, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it slowly creeping. You just find some pullbacks to buy and let the balloon as it floats up high take you with it. Just I forgot about that on your part, Tuan. What's the ES doing? ES was also struggling with that pivot point. Oh, beautiful pullback to it, though. Look at that. The 21 EMA doing work. Is a 21 EMA a perfect indicator? No, there's no such thing as a perfect indicator. But is it something that I think makes sense to just consider? Yeah, I think so. Let's go back to the MNQ. I'm starting to get antsy now. Now, I got to be careful. I'm getting an itchy trigger finger. Man, the amount of spam. It's not spam, it's just people trying to get it. Of people like, hey, can I do this? Hey, can I write an email sequence for you? Hey, can I manage this? Hey, can I do a thumbnail? And a lot of them sound the same. It's almost like people have like taken the same exact course and then like they're just copy and pasting the same general email out to people. But I can tell you, as somebody that's on the receiving end, if you're thinking about like, if anybody's telling you that like, hey, if you want to make a bunch of money, just start creating thumbnails or get into email sequences or get into copywriting or get into any sort of this stuff, I'm telling you right now, it is going to be a dogfight because the amount I get every single day, and I just automatically delete, or on social media, it is crazy. So, again, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I'm just saying that if you're coming across the way trying to make money and somebody's, telling you, hey, let me teach you how to write email sequences or sales funnels or thumbnail, any of that stuff, it's going to be hard to find business because holy smokes, apparently a lot of people are doing that. Kind of waiting and seeing what's going on here. Is anybody in this right now? Like, what are everybody in the chat room doing? What's the chat up to right now? This really just seems like one where you just kind of buy and let it eventually take you higher. All right. I'm in at 143. Stop loss is at 132. Stop loss is right there. Dan is in ES at 560, 56.54. Okay. So we got some people in the markets. It's just trying to see. There we go. Getting a little bit of a pullback here. All right. All right. All right. What is that? 23. Oh, that's 8 points. I'll do that on. Okay, let's see. So I want in at 23. And then I want my stop at 15, a little under 15. There we go. So there we go. I am looking to buy at that green line. My stop is at the red line. So I'll try to play this pullback here. I'm in the ES right now. Looks like it's mirroring NQ this morning. Yeah, they do seem to be pretty similar to one another. We are approaching the 1 hour mark, and as I try to always do, for anybody that's new here, context sake, I will go for 2 hours for sure. But I also, once we get to the 2 hour mark, I want to make sure I'm using my time wisely. And if people are not interested, then that's fine. But I know then to, all right, just be done with it. So I measure interest through super chats and likes. So at the 2 hour mark, which again, we have a little over an hour to get to, the goal is 110 likes. So if you are enjoying, if you do want the party to continue and you want the live stream to go beyond the 2 hour mark, and you still have not used your like, please hit that like button. And that is, like I said, that's the only way I know how to gauge quote unquote interest. So if you are finding this valuable, if you're interested, if you're enjoying, hit that like button. Let's just get this up to 110 likes, and then we'll get that monkey off our back and ensure that the stream does indeed go beyond the 2 hour mark. So, and I always say $20 super chats, but usually, super chats are never really needed, but that is the way. Also, just kind of waiting to see if this wants to come down to that green line. Okay, it's coming down. And my entry point is that green line. All right, I'm gonna put the order out there, but I'm only gonna do. Yeah, I better do. I'm not really liking this a whole lot. I think I might be buying the beginning of a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. Where is that at? 23. Okay. Oh, don't be blinking. All right, there we go. Oh, that's it. Well, now I'm right above that area. This was not. I can't stand when it blinks like that. Come on, Tradovate. Again, I was going to do 5 of these, but I went to 2, and I'm glad I did that. Yep. Glad I went down to 2. Because what I was seeing and what now it's easy for me to say this in hindsight, what I should have done, but this is why I reduced position size, because I was like, wait a second, am I doing the exact wrong thing? And yes, I did. So we have that level right there. And then we have this level coming across the top. So that is a rising wedge pattern, which is a bearish pattern. And I decided to basically buy right at the breakdown part of that pattern. So yeah, in hindsight, there is a part of me that thought, okay, well, maybe we'll get the bounce off that area. But I thought, but you're also kind of being risky in that sense. So that is why, again, I reduced position size from 5 contracts down to 2. Man, I learned a lot from your videos. Good, I'm glad you're learning. Relax or do. Gonna trade 1 MNQ. Yeah, I wish I did 1 instead of 2. Well, I'll be grateful. I'm glad I did not do 5. But there is the rising wedge playing out. The bearish pattern of the rising wedge. So I'll pat myself on the back a little bit. Losing trade, yes, but at least I recognized all of that beforehand and before it was too late. Clay, you shouldn't have even taken it. I know, you're right. But in my defense, you're making that comment with hindsight in your favor. Had the price come down here and bounced, you very well may be saying, Clay, you should have stuck with 5. So just keep that in mind. Be honest with yourself. How much is hindsight confirmation bias influencing your critiques that you want to throw out there? I'm all for critiques. All I'm saying is just remember, hindsight confirmation bias is a very real thing. Love from India. Keep hustling. Just so you know, Sack Shma Sings. Take Profit Trader, the prop firm that I'm using, they're open to people in India. You could do this exact same thing. You could be trading futures in the U.S. markets, just as an FYI. Just to let you know. ABC. All right, Angela. ABC. I'm not sure what ABC is in reference to, but well, that was weird. It just said no data, but now back to excellent connection. I don't know what's going on. I think it's YouTube. YouTube earlier was disconnecting the chat box. Is it allowed to trade a prop firm in Canada? Yes, Diedrich. The prop firm that I'm using, Take Profit Trader, again, the link at the top of the screen, they are totally open to Canadians. So yes, you could totally do this also. That's why I love, the Pam's Plant and Take Profit Trader, because I'd always get questions from Canadians, Australians, people from India, and then people in Europe. And like, hey, I'd like to trade the U.S. markets, but like, do you have a suggestion? And it was just never a clean answer. It was just like, well, kind of, sort of, but now I can just say yes. Assuming you want to do day trading of futures, which, trust me, you want to do anyways, because futures are just better. But you can also do them through the prop firm. And yes, this prop firm is open to people in all those countries: Australia, India, the UK, Canada, and most European countries. All right. This maybe is a... if I just put my stop... Yeah, it is what it is. Oh, I was a little too slow, it's looking like. All right, well, I'm going for 3 at that green line. Seems as though I'm a little bit on the struggle bus today. Granted, as I was explaining to people earlier, the early portion of the day was spent passing a test phase account on my prop firm. So I got that passed, which is always a good day. In the Take Profit Trader world, whenever you're passing those prop firm accounts, or excuse me, the test accounts, and you get into the pro accounts where you can start to get those daily payouts, it's always a good thing. So that's why this account is kind of lackluster today. Because you can see right here, I got that passed. It was a 50K account, got up over the 53,000 amount. So it is a good day from that regard. Again, I'm looking to buy at that green line, seeing if this wants to bottom out here a little bit. Come back up. I will get rid of that level. Bro, I'm 14, just started my journey in stock market. Let me know what I should learn apart from her. I mean, I would like to think that I teach everything that you need to know, assuming you want to be a technical trader and use charts. Yes, I guess just keep on watching my videos. I really don't like this stop, though. I mean, I'm right at this congestion point. I'm getting too much of a tricky, itchy finger. I mean, this is a big old area of support down here. I mean, you can see right here, acted as support, support, support. And I had my stop loss right above this massive area of support. So in all actuality, I'd need my stop loss down below this congestion point. But now I have a problem because now my stop loss. So again, if I use this low right here to get down below the congestion point, so I put my stop loss down below here, now all of a sudden that would put my stop loss right at the VWAP. And I definitely don't want to have my stop loss at the VWAP from the long sided of things. So then I got to, put my stop loss down below here. And then it's like, okay, now you're kind of up above here. So it's just a sloppy area on the chart right now. If anything, do I look to try to get short here? I could see that. I'm in a tight stop. I don't know. I'm not getting too many clean setups. Or do I try to get aggressive? I don't know. Did this last week and went 0 for 2 and then had still a green day, but I gave back quite a bit of my gains. We'll see if it wants to come back down to that area or not. Everything just seems weird today. The chat, nobody's talking in the chat box. This is just a weird day. I don't know what to think of it. It's weird from a trading standpoint. Well, I take that back. It was not weird. This morning was great. Passed an account. It's just weird right now. I signed up for my first take profit eval yesterday using your code Clay. Well, thank you very much, King Panks. Let me ask you this. Have you ever traded futures before? King Panks, have you ever traded futures before? I know that stop loss doesn't make any sense, but yes, I did some on my personal accounts, blew up a few times. Oh, so on your personal accounts, meaning like with your own money? I don't think it will close. Okay, okay, Tuan, as you've disclosed, you're kind of just saying, so cool, noted. You don't think so, but I'm also assuming you're not getting short right now, right? Are you shorting right now, Tuan, or what are you doing? Are you just commenting? Wow. Well, King, I think, do you feel a little bit more at ease now? Having gone from day trading futures using your own money, which is kind of crazy, to now knowing that if you quote unquote blow up, it's only going to be, a couple $100 at most. Howdy Clay, popping in with the 10 minutes I have before my next meeting to make sure. Thank you. Thank you, Frank, as always. Thank you for hitting that like button. Which, by the way, we're kind of slacking. We're not even at 100 yet. If you are enjoying it, if you want the party to continue, I've done some 4-hour streams, but the key thing with those streams is the like button was continually creeping upward. So if you want the party to continue, just keep hitting that like button, and that's what's gonna keep the party going. Now, yes, even I am a mere mortal and will eventually run out of brain capacity, but I know I got 4 hours in me. So I've done some 4-hour ones, but like I said, it's all a function of are people still interested? And the only way I know how to gauge if people are still interested is what's going on with that like button. So if you are enjoying, hit that like button. That's the real-time feedback that helps me out. So I'm already make money when market opens, so I guess I'm done for the day. Gotcha. Yeah, I am glad I did not take that trade, because if I'm honest, that would have been a losing trade to just go long there. Actually, later I blew up 3 times. And well, I'm getting used to... Yeah. Very much enjoying the party, Clay. Good, Dan. Well, hopefully you hit that like button. VWAP is a very interesting area, though, that I could see myself interested in buying. Thank you, Dan. Let's see if it wants to come down to VWAP. VWAP being that dotted yellow line on my chart. Yeah, it should. I would think so, Kings. Well, yeah, I stocks, some things. That's a whole other category. I am an investor. I do invest in the stocks and so on. But what we're seeing here is, this is all day trading. Thanks, Victor. I appreciate it. You know, I don't. In hindsight, it looks like a brilliant plan. But I was talking. Maybe I should be getting short right here. But that's all. That's all hindsight. It's just kind of slow and methodical out there today. We need Trump. Anybody know Trump? Can send him a text message. Be like, hey, Trump, we need a tweet. We need a tweet. Do you think the market is heading down? What market are you talking about, Victor? Do you use trade copier? I've only used it a couple times. I would just use the. I don't have anything against it. Or do you use trade copier? I assume you're just asking in general. Have I copied trades? I don't think trade copier is like a name of an actual trade copier software. But yeah, I just the couple times I've done it. I just use the built-in feature that Tradeovate has. Yeah, what are the overall markets doing? Yeah, pulling back here. Stuck in between these two. So if SPY breaks down below the purple line right there, the 50-day moving average, and I could see us getting I'm not going to say we're returning back to, even that low right there, but I could see certainly more of a pullback coming. But in all actuality, from just kind of in the very near term, just right now, this pullback is just building out a bull flag pattern on the daily of SPY. Ramsey, you can see that right here. So the time frame that I'm on right now, you can see it right there. I am on the 2-minute. I need Powell to drop interest rates tomorrow so we can all go up, most likely. No, I want Powell to raise interest rates. We need interest rates raised. Come on now. Unless you're looking for more inflation. No, where did you get that from? I literally said I've done copy trading a couple times. How did you draw that to I don't like copy trading? Listen, I'm a slow mover. I'm just in the futures and prop firms in November. I am not in a rush. I have no need to be in a rush. Just because I'm not doing something doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means I haven't gotten there. I want lots of inflation. It's the best ever. Yeah, who doesn't like higher prices? It's true. What am I talking about? Let's get that inflation going. Let's put tariffs on everybody at 150% and then put interest rates at 0%. Let's crank up those prices. It is my dream someday to pay $10 for a single apple. That is my dream. $10 for a single apple. What do we got to do to make that happen? I am going to short this up here. I could see this getting potentially rejected off of, yes, there we go. Let's go right around here. Get short. Stop up above there. So if this is the start of, this is a little miniature bear flag. So just trying to hit the top of the bear flag, and then ideally in my perfect little world filled with unicorns and Sour Patch Kids, it comes back down. But it's got to come up a little bit more. So I am looking to get short. I realize that overall we are still in an uptrend, but I don't know, if this is some sort of top of the uptrend, then I don't know, maybe this thing's getting ready to roll back over. Yeah, you'll sell me an apple for $10? Let me think on that. Because right now I think I can go to the grocery store and get something for less than $10. But, well, I tried. It did not quite come up close enough. So that's something that's always a good lesson. If you're a beginner and you're kind of like practicing, you could have said, I think the price is going to, bounce up and then come back down. And that is what it did, right? The faulty conclusion would have been, oh, see, I was right. I would have made money. No, you were right, but not necessarily would have made money because I was also right. I mean, that's what I thought. Price would come up here and come back down. But notice, I'm not making any money because I think the price is going to do this and then do that is a very broad statement. You got to get down to the nuance. Well, where exactly is your entry point going to be? Where's your stop going to be? Because sometimes it might go up and then fluctuate around, and then it could knock you out of the trade and then do what you thought. So just be very, very careful within the world, especially, like I said, as a beginner, when you're testing things out, of just making proclamations. And then if that happens, like, oh, wow, I'm right. I would have made money. Man, I'm really good at this. No, not necessarily. And here we have a perfect example of that. I was totally correct. Price would want to come up and come back down. But notice I'm still sitting here not making any money from it. So be very careful of that. Inflation is here to stay ever since the U.S. became... well, I mean, yes, I realize inflation is here to stay because they just flat out say we want inflation to be at 2%. But what I'm saying is, that's not new news. To be fair, they admit that. Nobody is hiding the fact that, now I disagree. I think we should try to create some deflation. But, I mean, inflation is here to stay. Well, yes, and grass is green, the sky is blue. As the government just flat out tells us that inflation, they want inflation at just 2% a year, though. Oh, that's a good way of putting it. I was accurate. I just was not precise enough. So that is true. You can be accurate, but the question is, but were you precise enough within the accuracy? That's good stuff, Drew. Good way of putting it. So that's what you always have to consider. Don't be like me when I got started thinking I was some sort of hot shot because I'd make the broad, the grand statements and then be like, oh, see, I was accurate, therefore I made money. No, you got to also be precise. I'm tempted to short the breakdown, but that scares me to short the breakdown of that line because just right below it, you have the VWAP. That could very realistically be a bounce point. So that seems a bit sketchy. But I don't know. Is this... We are at a massive congestion area, though. I mean, you look through here at these lows, and then I extend this out. I mean, so basically 19,880. If that level could be broken, I could be interested in a short. Because I could see that opening up things up to the downside. Because right now, this area is just a huge congestion point where there has been lots and lots of buyers. And it's also where the VWAP happens to be, which makes pretty good sense right now. So yes, 19,880 I am very interested in from a potential short standpoint. So we'll see if the price can come down there. Again, I'm not going to be with you on the trade, but there is a little bit of a trend line there. Now, if this thing wants to stay above the trend line and then break it up here, well, that'd be a big distance before it would ever even touch the VWAP. But right now, little has me a little nervous to take that short on the break at that level because it's still pretty close to VWAP. But if it can, like I said, slow and steady kind of grind upwards and then get the break, all right, I could see that. I could see that being something that makes sense. Hey, we're 6 away from 100. If you are enjoying and you want to keep the stream moving, then hit that like button. Let's get this up over 100. As I was explaining earlier, I'll go for at least 2 hours, but I like to see, and I've done 4-hour streams, but that's all dependent on the like button. If the like button is continually creeping upwards, that tells me that people are interested. And as long as I know people are interested, I'll keep the party going. So if you are interested and you want the party to keep on moving, well, let's just keep that like button creeping in the upwards direction. Yeah, I don't think it will touch VWAP for now. Okay, Tuan, gotcha. This would be way better, Tuan, if you actually were putting your money where your mouth is. Like, I get it, you don't think, but you don't have any risk, right? Because you're not going to take the trade. If anything, you should be buying. If you don't think it's going to touch VWAP, then buy. Apparently, you think it's going to stay up above it and get some sort of bounce. Come on, Tuan, put some money where that mouth is. Let's see a buy. Nice, 103. Very good, very good. 104. I like it. Oh boy, this is looking like a... Whoa, okay, all right. Have a very clean stop for a short. Right up here at 920. You have, that would be the high of these candles right here. And then you have the 50 period right there. So I can see that making good sense as a stop loss for a short. But I want to see a little bit more confirmation, see it come back down. Run your trade, not your mouth. Exactly. Ooh, this is getting... Maybe I should just be getting the short up here. Yeah, I'll do that. That's such a tight... I mean, low probability trade because I'm not going to give my stop a whole lot of wiggle room, but... If it were to come back down... Race your car, not your mouth. Yeah, that's a good saying. That's a good saying. The key problem point here on the 5-minute, in case you're not watching the 5-minute, is now that pink line. So we have just that example of this former area of support, which acted as support a couple times. Price went back below it. Now the support is indeed acting as resistance once again. So that's also playing a role in terms of kind of where the price is struggling every time it bounces, which again is just kind of a good little area above 920. That would also be putting you back behind the 200 period on the 5-minute. So yeah, you could be hiding against quite a few levels of resistance with any sort of stop up above that area. Is this thing just going to drop all the way down now? There we go. I'm getting short at the red line. And I'm going to try to hide behind all those areas of resistance. But if this is actually going to be some sort of strong move to the upside, I'll take my loss and live to fight another day. So I am looking to get short at the red line. Stop is at the green. This is based off of both the 2-minute time frame and the 5-minute. But you got to be fair. It is, the price is building higher low. So is this some sort of kind of ascending triangle that's getting ready to pop upwards? If so, like I said, I will take my loss and move on. And just, it is what it is. But now it's coming back down. Good. I like how it's staying above that line, though. Good. Let's keep building this pattern out. Keep building it out. Like I said, is this a bear pennant or is this actually an ascending triangle that's about to explode? Nobody knows that. That's why risk management is important. But, I mean, this right here, bear pennant, put the golf hole up here, upside down pennant, makes it a bear pennant. That's what I'm looking to play, trying to play the top part of it. But if it is indeed just actually an ascending triangle and it's about to explode, well, I'll take my loss and live to fight another day. It's approaching that red line. I'm glitching. Is that true? Am I glitching? Or is Force Fed's internet glitching? Does anybody else have any glitch? Or is that Force Fed? Negative, not glitching. All right, Force Fed, sounds like you got some internet issues then going on. All right, thank you for that feedback. Fake news, fake news. Force Fed, you got issues. Run your software, not your mouth. All right, can we get a bounce off that area again? I'm not taking that short. I wanted to play the top part of the pennant. But if you want to play the breakdown of the pennant, hey, I'm glad you're thinking for yourself. I hear where you're coming from. I just had a different requirement. I wanted to try to play more so the top area. So it has poked its head down through the bear pennant. Is it going to get continuation though? Good morning, Brian. Can it push down through? Knocking on the door. It's trying to get that bear pennant breakdown. First target would be VWAP. And then next target after that, I would say, is that 200 period moving average. All right, it is definitely broken. Now, is it going to get continuation? How high and how low do you set your stop loss relative to your amount you got in? That's all just based on the chart, Rob. All right, it's approaching that first price target area. Again, I'm not in it, but I was, if I were playing the breakdown here, that would be the first area that I'd look for the price to go. Hey, Axel, how are you doing? Almost there. Almost has hit it. You get, I can't remember, Axel, where did you stand yesterday? Did you get your prop firm account or what's going on? All right, well, I'll leave it out here in case maybe there's a dead cat bounce, but right now. Trump's talking with Canadian Prime Minister. Like publicly? Like, is this like live he's talking? Yeah, I got a 50K. Awesome. Have you made any trades on it yet, Axel? He's talking live? Oh, brother. All right, I'm going to cancel that out for now then. We'll see. All right, maybe we get a back test of the pattern here. Yeah, I'm up 949. Nice. Remind me, Axel, is this your first time day trading options? Or, excuse me, day trading futures, or have you done it before? Oh, thank you for the warning, Alan. Thank you for the warning. Good old Trump talking live on TV. Yep. Alan. I owe you thanks, my friend. I owe you thanks. Thank you for the heads up. See, the live stream can be profitable in many ways. Wow. Thank you, Alan. Yikes. So what'd Trump say? They're going to reduce the tariffs down or something? That's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Yeah, I know, Brian. I know. It's nothing new, and everything's a sweep until it's not a sweep. It's all hindsight confirmation. Brian, you are way more a believer than I am. We'll just leave it that way. I'm just glad you're not like fully drinking the Kool-Aid. But yeah, we're a little bit on different pages with some of that stuff. Like, I love people and say like a liquidity sweep as a liquidity sweep until it's actually not a sweep and the price just continues to plunge down. But you don't know it's a sweep until it actually comes back up. It's like, oh, they just swept the lows. Well, yeah, no kidding. And I would just call that, oh, there's just a fake break. But you don't know if it's a fake break until everything happens. You don't know if it's a sweep or whatever this terminology is until it goes down there and then comes back up. Because it could go down there and just keep plummeting. So, like, this whole idea of sweeps, it's like, yeah, I'm well aware of that. I just have called it something different, a fake breakout or a fake breakdown. That's all. Yeah, I used to trade Forex on funded accounts, but it's all good for you. So, okay, Axel, so you would say as somebody that used to trade Forex, are you saying that you believe and you find futures way better? It says Trump praises new Canadian Prime Minister. This is where I just want to... Last time I chased, I got roasted, but is this one where it's just going to keep on going? 3 MNQ. Is this some sort of just... All right, in. Keep pumping, Trump. There we go. Little bit of a chase, scalpy scalp. But now back in the green on that one. Again, that was very, very modest. 3 MNQ. So, yeah, I chased that, but it seemed to be enough momentum out there. Maybe I'll be saying, why did I sell right there, Clay? Give this another 2 minutes. Maybe this thing's going to be 100 points higher. We'll see what happens. Trump says they have to make a very important announcement to make on Thursday or Friday. It will supposedly be of big impact. Oh, here we go. So now he's starting. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I did the same thing too. Just open huge position. Well, no, you did not do the same thing, Tuan. You opened like a degenerate gambler a huge position. I opened a position of 3 MNQs. So no, please do not put me in that category with you, Tuan. With all due respect, speak for yourself. We did not do the same thing. You degened in. I went in with 3 MNQ. I held. Good job, Rob. Good job. Nice job. Yeah, I swear, Trump is like a penny stock CEO. Like, he just builds hype for things. You're right. I have a secret, but I'm not telling until then. All right, well, here we go. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Trump just said delete your trend lines. Yes. Trump said, JGL, just go long, folks. Just go long. Yeah, thank you again, Alan. I would have gotten roasted. When I was thinking short down here, you're like, hey, Trump's talking. When I was like, you mean he's live right now? Yup. All right, I'm canceling. Whoosh. Roast City. So there are some shorts here that if they got stubborn, their accounts, hopefully they were on just prop firms. Because if you are a futures trader or really anything, I'm assuming the other markets spiked too. Let's see what SPY did during that whole thing. Oh yeah. So even if you're in the stock market and you got caught in a crazy move like this, you got stubborn, that's all of your money now gone. So this is a very, very good argument right now, this movement, for why prop firms are so powerful. Because that was, I mean, we just all witnessed it. Huge spike. So this is a perfect example of why I say if you're day trading stocks, options, forex, or crypto, or even futures without using a prop firm, you're taking on so much risk. I just made $500 on my practice account. I shorted the topping tail on the 2-minute. Nice job. Good job. Yeah, this is the epitome of why prop firms are amazing. Specifically right here, the added risk control via protecting your own money. How so? Again, I'm talking about this now because we literally have a real life case study of exactly. So we're no longer talking, well, in theory. No, we just witnessed it. So we have two situations. We have somebody that was in that, or we have the same situation, that big spike we just looked at, but now two separate situations. One person was not in a prop firm. So for examples, like let's just say they were using the 50,000, and by not being in the prop firm, they just lost $2,000 on that move. Very, very realistic. You just saw that. That thing went crazy. Could have been even more had they started to average in or just completely lose their mind. Could have been more, but 2,000. So they lost 2,000 out of their pocket. Now, if you were in that move, part of a prop firm, what does losing 2,000 mean to you? It means that you violated the rule. So you broke that rule. You're not only allowed to lose 2,000. So that means they would take the account away from you. Now, you can't always buy the account back, but they would take it away from you. But what did it actually cost you? Did it cost you 2,000? No, it only cost you what you spent on the account, which in this situation was $119. So your risk was $119. You lost out of your wallet or purse $119. Whereas the person that was not in a prop firm, they lost $2,000, maybe even more out of their pocket. That right there, this is what I'm talking about. Even if we just assume you're not behaving bad, you just get caught in a crazy spike. Well, hey, crazy spikes happen. We just witnessed it there. But because of the added risk control of the prop firm, you were protected. You protected your own money because you had very, very little of your money in the account in the first place. So very good real life case study there of prop firms and how they work, how they're very powerful. Because, There are some people out there that they lost their prop firm account there. Which, okay, it happens. It happens. I'm just glad that those people only lost a couple $100 out of their pocket at most. But if there is a futures trader or a stock trader or an options trader or somebody that was in that, I mean, that's a big, big loss very quickly, especially if they were short. They're like, oh, okay. Oh, it'll go back down. Let me short right here. Let me short some more right here. Let me short some more. Well, by the time it gets up there, that's, account liquidated, account gone. I mean, you're not going to hold through all that. I mean, you're just sitting there just waiting to get crushed. Did you make money on that pump? I did. Well, yes. The most money I made on it was a penny saved is a penny earned, because Alan here was like, "Hey, Trump's speaking live," so I actually canceled out a short-sided order that I had. Now, granted, I would have just been stopped out, but with the slippage on it, it could have been a loss. So I made money not only via avoiding losing money, but I also did make some money. I chased it a little bit with small size, and it took me gave me a winner. Clay, what's your account size? 50K or 100K? No, it's not. You can't look at it as account size. Your account size is your drawdown. That's why I try my best to always call these things purchasing power. 50%. Your account size is right here, 2,000. Because if you lose more than 2,000, you're done. Yes, you have 50,000 of purchasing power, but as far as you kind of quote unquote losing the account, you need to look at this as a $2,000 account, because that's, if you lose more than 2,000, that's the same as you having an account with 2,000 and then that account going to zero. On right here, the 150K, you need to look at this as, again, 150K purchasing power. That's a purchasing power they give you. But as far as your quote unquote account size, it's $4,500, because that's the amount they'll allow you to lose before you would technically have lost the account, and they'll take it away from you. Can a beginner trader trade on 200x leverage? Yeah, sure. Sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. 4x, probably no. Oh, look at that. But in the world of futures, sure. MNQ. Somebody that's a brand new to day trading, MNQ. Start right there. Start at one MNQ and build from there. Yeah, patient trader, that's where we just depart. I think you're being very, very, I don't know if you're being as risk aware, but there's also exceptions to every rule. So you could be in like the exception to the rule. But yeah, I think it's kind of crazy to choose to trade your own money. Let's see. The difference between is we don't chase prices. It breaks. Let's chasing. I know, Brian. I know you're like, you're not a total cult member, but you're like, you got your foot in the cult member door, Brian. I realize that. So we're not gonna, I get it. You're just trying to justify things that have been around for like a very long time. This guy just came up with new names for it. So that's what I'm saying. But like I said, you're not full-blown cult member, but you got your foot in that door. I will say that. I've heard about that when I was it's like, you got to watch out for these certain types of traders, these concept traders. It's like a cult, man. You got to be careful. It's like, okay. And yes, it's but again, you're not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not saying that, but I would say you got your foot in the door. Made some nice money on this upside move. Good job, respected. Okay, here we go. 6 more likes. Go short, Clay. Now it seems like chasing the downside. So no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let this settle down a little bit. This is some pretty crazy movement. Bart is studying the order book. I mean, do what you got to do. Trump said Carney is wasting his time coming to see me unless you want to be. So he had a great announcement coming in 3 days, and then that was the comment where he said that to the Canadian guy. Hey, thanks, JVax. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let it sing. Yeah, this is we're in quite the to be fair, I was joking earlier about wanting a Trump tweet. I did want the volatility, so I mean there is that. I don't know, is this gonna head back up? We'll see. Nope, not gonna head back up. Down it goes some more. All right. Okay, sounds good. Pace trade. Hopefully you can. I know you can because you seem like a very wise individual. I'm trying to manage a million things in my mind, so I don't always have perfect context. So I think you can realize that. But yes, thank you, patient trader. You're right. I do appreciate your insights on here. So it is hard to gauge and talk about and keep track of and think for myself and not look like a total movement, a total moron. Did you short Kelvin? Here we go. Kelvin going into I told you so guy. Did you short Kelvin? Are you using stop losses these days, Kelvin? I made 600 times 5. Good job. How much are each contract, or do you determine how much? So if you do Pam's plant through a prop firm, it just tells you what you can get. So for example, if you choose to go with the 50,000 in purchasing power, it tells you right here, the most you could buy in a single trade is 6 of the very volatile contracts, or you could go up as high as 60 of the less volatile contracts. So it's not really a matter of how much does each contract cost. It's just telling you right here, for the $119, you get 50K in purchasing power, and that 50K in purchasing power gets you those two amounts. So that's how it, and that's why I like the prop firms too, because it saves you from having to do all the math. Well, what are the margin requirements? How much does that one actually cost? All that is just kicked to the curb. It makes it very straightforward. That was kind of well. Your avoidance of my question is worrying me, Kelvin. Are you using a stop loss yet? From chart analysis and market trend, buy and sell trend. Which do you prefer? I'm not sure what you're asking. I don't know what you're asking. From chart analysis and market trend, buy and sell trend. Which do you prefer? Are you asking if I like to go short or long? Is that what you're asking, Solo? I'm not quite sure. I'm meaning position size per trade. Yeah, it's only I knew it. Yes, I use a stop. Okay, good. I'm glad you're using a stop loss. Good. Glad you're using a stop loss. That's a step in the right direction now. Like I'm guessing Kelvin just said, no. When he says times 5, he meant he was copy trading. He's got 5 accounts. So another cool thing about prop firm trading is down here, nuclear explosion growth, copy trading. So what Kelvin meant is on one trade, he made $600. But he has 5 accounts. So what he did was he copied that one trade all the way down here to account number 5. So account number 2, 600. Account number 3, 600. Account number 4, 600. Account number 5, 600. Again, he only made the trade one time for $600, but because he copy traded it, he made that one trade a total of 5 times. So his one trade was 600, but he's walking away with 3,000. So that is copy trading, and yes, it's a very powerful thing. Now, of course, if you behave like a bonehead, well, now you've copy traded your boneheaded decisions to those other trades. But that's what Kelvin meant. He is copy trading. That's fire. I want to get that set up. Yeah, it's a good way to spread risk out too. It's not just necessarily about all the money you can make. You can weather bigger storms by copy trading too. I think what JVAX is asking you, Kelvin, is how many contracts did you... So that one trade you made, how many contracts did you have? How many accounts can you have in total? Actually, you can have 5. Yep. But the cool thing here is that once you master the prop firm world, especially with Take Profit Trader, you could then go start to use other prop firms. I would call them more advanced prop firms because they have way more rules, a little bit harder to understand and navigate. But that's why I say with Take Profit Trader, such clean rules. So you could get Take Profit Trader, get the 5 accounts, get all that up and running, be copy trading the 5 accounts. But in the process of doing all this, you're gaining experience in the prop firm world. So then you could go to another prop firm and you could open up more accounts with them. So then you could be copy trading 5 with take profit, XYZ amount with ABC firm here and another, XYZ amount with other ABC firm over here. And I mean, theoretically, it can expand greatly. But yes, take profit trader isolated would just be 5. Correct. JVax, are you just asking what a point is worth? So the way futures work is 1 point on the NQ, which is what he was trading. 1 point is $20. So if something moves 10 points, then that was worth $200. So on the NQ, 1 point is worth, so here's the NQ chart. Notice here the distance between these numbers here and here is 10. There's a difference of 10. In futures, that's called 10 points. So 1 point equals $20. So that distance right there, well, $20 per point times 10 points, that distance on the chart between these levels right here is $200 per contract. So because he had 3 contracts, though, that is why he ended up making $600. And then because he copy traded, this $600, he gets to multiply by 5 because he had 5 total accounts at work, which is where he got to the $3,000. So that's how that all works. What have you been? What do you trade, JVax? What platform are you working with right now? Well, it's twofold. The first layer is I'm doing a prop firm. So the way that works is you would come to the prop firm site. Again, the link's at the top. You would pick out the purchasing power that you want. Then during the checkout phase, they would ask you, what platform do you want to use? And then the one that you're seeing here, you would select Tradeovate. They will go and create the Tradeovate account for you. You do not need to go out there. Go to that site separately and go through the headache of setting up an account. Take Profit Trader will do it for you, and then they'll just email you the login information so that you can log right in. Swing because account size. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I mean, JVax, do you already use charts? Okay, what pattern do you enjoy in charts? Like a technical pattern? What's one of them that you're kind of you found some success with that you like? Going to short 920. Up there, okay. But yes, I hear you, JVax. That pattern day trader rule, it's an annoying one for sure. No doubt about that. I really want to short that trend line, but again, the VWAP is just crying out below it. Hey, I'm here. I could create a bounce. Reverse head and shoulders has been again for a few months, but lately wedges. Well, I have great news for you, JVax. Reverse head and shoulders and wedges both exist in futures trading. So my point is this. If you already know how to use a chart, you already use a chart, the biggest difference for you will be instead of using a chart to trade stocks, you will be now using a chart to trade futures. And I just explained the math to you. So assuming you understand that math about how much 1 point is worth and the contracts, if you assume that, then you're literally ready to go. There you go. That's the only thing. You do not, I understand the hesitation. I don't want to have to learn all about how to trade futures. No. If you use charts, you already know how to trade. You're 97% of the way there, and I just taught you about the 3%. Took your advice and got the 150K account yesterday while I'm waiting on the 50K test to finish up. Today up $1,500 and $1,600 today. Nice. What are your thoughts so far, Ken? Do you think that the 150K feels a little bit better than the 50K or still not enough data? But what are your thoughts? I like higher time frame confirmation and trade 1 to 5 minute entry. Cool. Clay Slay. Do what you got to do. So what I just heard, I can use the link in your description, register, and then a prop firm will let me trade $50,000 worth of account. What happens if I lose money? Then they take their account. Yes, what you heard is, but the thing here is you've got to pass the test. So outsider, you got to first prove that you know what you're doing. So you've got to pass the test, and then test, you move into the pro. In the pro account, once you start to make money, you get to keep it. But with this being said, if you break the rules, so what is a test? Well, with the 50K, you've got to make 3,000. You're not allowed to lose 2,000. But some of you may be saying with this sounds like a scam. And here's why it sounds like a scam, Clay. How can a company only take $119 from you? Because that's what it costs to get $50,000 in purchase power. How can they take 100 or 119 from you and then let you lose $2,000 of their own money? Because this is all happening. Test phase is in a simulator module. It's like a job interview. So you're not actually losing $2,000 of anybody money. Same is true here. I've had some people complain, well, that's a scam. So that you're going to make them $3,000. So you're going to pay $119 to make them $3,000, and then you don't get to keep any of it. All you get is, okay, here's your pro account. Well, no, because there is no actual $3,000 being made. So that is kind of more so the bare bones of it, of how it's actually working. So no, it's not a scam, but I totally see where you're coming from. If you're like, that sounds pretty scammy, how is that a sustainable business model? Because again, that phase is happening within a prop firm. The valuation account reset fee is $100 on TPT, or is that discounted with your? No, that's just $100, King. Yeah, if you blow up an account and want to reset, that's $100. Yes, sir. It'll just be more of a timetable adjustment, I believe. Oh yeah, that would be the one difference. But as far as like you need to like learn futures, no, you don't have to do any of that, JVax. But yeah, sounds like you just turned into a day trader today, because no pattern day trading rule. Ken likes the bigger drawdown for the trailing to come. Yeah, I hear you there for sure. So if you decide to get 5 accounts, do they all have to be the same size? Nope, you can do a variety, Axel. When you're on the Pro Plus or Pro or Plus, can you detail the trailing drop? It stops following you as soon as you hit the buffer. So like if your drawdown is 2,000, as soon as you go above 2,000, then it stops following you. And then you can actually build buffer. So if you make 1,000, you could either pay yourself 1,000 or leave that in your account. And then now your buffer would be the amount you would be allowed to lose would be $3,000 instead of 2. So that's always a big debate. Should you pay yourself, or do you leave some in the account to start to grow that buffer even bigger? So that's where you'll get a variety of opinions. Clay said, yes, I agree. Chart knowledge is key. I'm still new as a trader, a little over a year. I trade binary Forex. Interested in futures, but candle psychology and chart analysis is all the same. Correct. Yes, please. Please, before I have a panic attack, stop trading binary options. Please. Please. And Forex. I'm glad, Clay Slays, that you are interested now in futures. But you are 100% in your correct. Candle psychology and chart analysis is all the same. Correct. If you already know how to use the chart and all that, then you would be, you know 97% of futures trading. Okay, that's been my biggest thoughts and not finding info on it. Well, good, JVax. Once you get signed up, please consider using code CLAY. That supports the channel. That helps my kids eat. I mean, I got the joke around. Well, it's not a joke. It's kind of true, too. I mean, I got 6 kids. My kids need to eat. So if you use code CLAY, not only is it's a win-win for everybody. You get the promotion, 30% off, $0 activation fee. You're stepping into the world of Pam's Plant, and I can feed my kids. My kids don't have to eat lettuce and rice tonight, you know? How long does it take to pass? Well, you can take as long as you want, Robzilla, but I recommend passing within a month, because during the test phase, it's per month fee. So this is $119 per month. But after you do pass and you move from the test into the pro, there's no more monthly fee over here. 0 monthly fee, 0 monthly fee. So that is why I say, you don't have to rush. Don't rush. But, well, you maybe say, well, Clay, I've never made $3,000 in a month before. I'm telling you, futures move, right? Futures move. That's part of Pam's plan. That's a reason to trade futures. They have very good movement, and you have a great ability to control it. But they certainly move. So 1 month is more than realistic, and that's why I encourage people, no need to rush, but get it done within a month so that you don't have to pay that monthly fee once again. Don't you make money trading, though? I'm not sure what that's in regards to. I do not realize that, Steven. Thank you very much. Let me move over here to the MNQ. Thank you, Steven. Clay Slay, again, the argument of Pam's plan is not that you cannot make money day trading stocks, day trading options, day trading binary options, day trading Forex. That's not the argument. It's an argument of efficiency. If you want to be most efficient, if you want to have max risk protection, if you want to use your capital most efficiently, then that is the argument of Pam's plan. Then you should be day trading futures through a prop firm. But yes, I'm not refuting that you've made money in those other things. But again, that's not the argument. Pam's plan is an argument of efficiency. Cool, J-Vax. I appreciate it. How do you get to Pro Plus? You just got to keep making money in the Pro. And then eventually they're like, okay, we're moving you to Pro Plus. Is this pre-recorded? What are you talking about pre-recorded? Come on, Kappa goon. Don't be a goon. I guess to be fair, live streams can be pre-recorded. Come on, man. For how long do you generally trade after market open? I don't know anymore, Bart. This live stream, I'm still trying to figure things out. I used to be done very quickly in the morning, but with the live stream, it's kind of turned me into an afternoon trader. So I don't know. I have no answer to that anymore, Bart. Back in the day when I walked to school uphill both ways, though, I was done pretty quick. Usually 90 minutes at most. What is the best platform to day trade options? No, no, don't day trade options. That's literally the worst thing you could do. Most people pre-record? No, I don't think that. I mean, maybe, but No, you do. Why do you want to day trade options? What is your thoughts on that, Compagoon? Is it because you don't have a whole lot of money and you want to be able to grow that money quickly? Is that your thoughts on it? Sintra, hey, I recognize that name from yesterday. But yeah, what's your rationale on wanting to day trade options? Because I'm telling you, that's a very poor idea. I'll explain why mathematically, but day trading options is the epitome of working smarter or of working harder, not smarter. Bro, where are you from? America. There's a hamburger in here. I'm drinking a hamburger, okay? I just got done shooting off some fireworks. I'm having an apple pie for supper, okay? I just started in futures about a month ago. Still have equities, but I have given up on options. Well, you mean you still have equities in terms of like you're investing in equities, John? Okay, fair enough, Compa. So here's what I would recommend you do, because in options, here's your problem. If you are an options day trader, when you buy an option, so you buy, if the price goes up, very obvious, okay, you make money. If you buy and you want something to go up and it goes down, okay, very obvious, you lose money. Now, what happens if, that should be a plus. What happens if it goes sideways? Now, the normal person is going to be like, well, that's neutral. It's break even, doesn't go up, doesn't go down. But in options, you lose money. Because in options, there's something called theta. And theta, if something goes sideways, is still eroding the value of your contract. You are losing money. So think about it. Whenever you buy something in the market, there are three things that can happen. It can go up, it can go sideways, it can go down. In options, 67% of those things will cost you money. In other words, with options, you have a 67% chance of losing money. But before you go, well, Clay, I day trade options and I make money. I am very impressed by you. Truly, I'm impressed. Imagine how much better you would be doing if you didn't have to deal with theta, if this could go away. And that is what futures are giving you. They're contracts, but these contracts do not have theta. So if you want to work smarter, not harder, then you just day trade futures. Stop putting yourself through the pain of theta. And the other nice thing is, so for you, Goon, because you have smaller amount, you're under that pattern day trading rule. But in the world of futures, the biggest thing here, the first thing where I start off with Pam's plant, is a pattern day trading rule. There is none. So Goon, you could start day trading, buying, selling, as much as you want every single day, starting today, if you chose to get started here with Pam's plant. And then as far as why I don't have a whole lot of money, hey, that's fine. Low capital is required. You could get started with Pam's plant for $25,000 of purchasing power. You could get started for $105. So yes, not a whole lot of capital is required. But there you go. Definitely run far, fast away from day trading options. Absolutely crazy that people are like, yeah, I'm going to enter something where I have a 67% chance of losing money. Again, I'm not saying you can't make money. If you do make money as a day trader of options, I'm very impressed by you. Very, very impressed. You would just be doing so much better. Again, that's why I say it's an argument of efficiency. You are not operating efficiently day trading options. Okay, John, well, that's a whole nother category. Like you're saying, well, I'm day trading futures, but in the category of investing, I have stocks. Yeah, same with me. Same with me. In the category of investing, I think stocks are great. All right. In at the VWAP. Out for a little quick scalpy scalp. So I don't know how much I made on that one, but that went up there. So just play the bounce off of VWAP there. If you blinked, you might have missed it. Hey, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. The stream, we're at the 2-hour mark. We hit our goals, and it's really just, I've done 4-hour streams. It's just a question of, are people still interested? So I hit the 4-hour stream because likes were creeping up the entire time. So if you are enjoying and you want to keep the party going, the quickest and easiest way to make that happen is just to keep hitting that like button. So if you are enjoying and you have not hit the like button, make sure you hit it, and I'll keep the party going. So will we hit 4 hours? I don't know. We'll see if interest levels remain high. And again, I measure interest levels via that like button. So hit that like if you are enjoying. Did anybody play the VWAP bounce? I might look to potentially play a bounce now off of. Nice breakdown of that trend line. All right. I'm watching that pink line down there. Clay Slate, you need to go sign up for a prop firm. You're a futures day trader now. Stop doing the Forex nonsense, if I remember you right. Are you the Forex guy? Stop with the nonsense. Stop watching paint dry. So the buy bid is the same as the buy market. No. The buying bid, I'm buying on the bid. If you're buying the market, then you're buying the market price. One is you're buying the bid price. The other is you're going to buy the market price. Let's see how this candle closes. Then I might be interested in another entry down here, but I want to see how this candle closes. How long is Take Profit Trader going to do the no activation fee deal? I have no idea, Joseph. I don't know. I'd like to think that they're going to give a warning. Like, hey, last day or last few days. But that's just a theory on my part. But they, if they are going to make an announcement, they have not made any announcements. Okay, yep. Bye. There we go. Trying to buy now at that green line. This is a lot easier than options. I never made. Thank you. Another new convert from the John in the chat room. If you're a day trader of options, we have yet the newest person that's like, yeah, you know, I was day trading options, but I came across a live stream. I thought, hey, Pam's plant sounds interesting. Let me give it a try. And he's just saying, you know, he's never made $2,000 on one trade in a couple of hours with yeah, exactly. It's just better. Futures are just better. And not only just because of there's no theta. I mean, that makes it massively better. But they just move better anyhow. I wonder if it's going to bounce off this support. Yeah, me too. I hope so, because I got an order down there. I was swing trading options. Gotcha. Can I join the party? Yeah, sure. I don't know what party you're talking about, but the live stream party, yeah, come on in. The water's nice. Hey, Jay Nash Music. I recognize that name. Good to see you. Good to see you. Right now, I'm trying to get an order down here at the green line. See if it wants to come down there or not. And this could be looking like a nice little bottoming thing right here. All right, doesn't want to come back down. All right, doesn't want to come down here. Come on, again, green line is my entry point. See myself getting a little more aggressive on this one. Hey, Mammon, come on. Oh, so close. Oh, just tap me. Come on. All right, I'm going to move that down a little bit more. In fact, let's do this now. That may cost me. Oh, then again, I was never filled anyways. In. The blinking is getting very worrisome. Or not worrisome, just very annoying. All right, another little scalp there. I gotta be, that blue line just so distracting. So distracting. So another scalp there. I did not follow through with my word. I was saying I'm looking to get more aggressive. The whole time I was like, okay, the plan was to buy another 3 at the pink line. But I had flashbacks to last week when I got aggressive like that. Who was here last week? Does anybody remember that? When I was like, okay, I'm going to buy here, and then I'm going to buy at the moving average to build up a little position. And then it just kept blasting down through everything. Was anybody here for that? Does anybody recall me doing that last week? Where I was like, I bought, and then it hit a moving average. I'm like, all right, let me buy some more. Does anybody remember that from last week? Because that's what just I was having flashbacks to. So the recency effect just got me. Okay, Ken remembers that at least. All right, well, Ken, there we go. See, here it's working out beautifully. What are big contracts or what are small? JVAX, you're going to want to start on these. MNQ. You're going to want to start on MNQ, and then once you get more comfortable, then you'll just want to go to the NQ. The NQ are they move. They move. Could you please be so kind to disclose your VWAP settings? Whatever the defaults are. I don't do anything to them. Can I go long 10 minis 150K account? Yes, right here. What did you ask about? Oh, yes, Maxwell. So 150K with Take Private Trader. 150K, you could go up as high as 15 minis if you wanted. Whew, its lack of bouncing has me a little concerned now. Again, if you're still long down here, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, but I'd be getting nervous. The fact that it has not been able to get even any sort of bounce, I'd be starting to get a little nervous. Maxwell, if you use code Clay, so you can get the 30% off and then $0 activation fee. We're nearing. Come on, Maxwell. Code Clay. Make sure my kids can eat, okay? That feeds my kids. Code Clay at checkout. Yeah, there we go. Gosh. Recency effect. Again, last week I wanted to get aggressive. I bought some, and then it came down to a key moving average like it did right here. I bought the key moving average, but it just kept going down. So that was a day where, again, I still closed green on it, but it was a rough live stream. It was not the most enjoyable one to sit there and have be public and live to the world, but it happens. It happens. So it is what it is. Need some volume to push it. Small short on the pullback maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering right now. I don't think I missed any. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the chat. I tried. If I ever do miss a comment, I'm not trying to ignore anybody. It's a small day today. Are we the future slow today? No, because earlier today I worked on a test account to get it passed. So I made 800 on this account, which put me over the 53. So this is now a passed account. Always a good day for Take Profit Trader when you're passing an account, because within the pro account world, you can start to get those day one payouts, which is not the same for all other firms. What's the activation fee of Take Profit Trader? Normally it's $130,000, or not $130,000. Usually it's $130. But if you use the code Clay, not only do you get 30% off your accounts, but that activation fee is at $0. Bounce up and then came all the way back down. Curious if it's actually going to be able to separate down through this pink line here, which is the 200 period at simple moving average. So I'm curious on that note. Can it actually get some follow through down through that area? Do you stream often? Yeah. I'm here every day, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Did you buy? No, if I bought, these numbers down here would be fluctuating. Trying to get down to the 820 to 840 to break down. Yeah, we'll see. Right now, it seems as though I'm right to not necessarily trust the break of that pink line as it's bouncing back up, but I don't know. Hindsight 2 minutes from now, maybe saying, why didn't I just short? Why didn't I just get short right here? Is Trump done talking? Do we know that at least? Is Trump still live on TV talking, or is that all done now? So the activation fee is waived off, but this 119. No, King, it stops once you move to pro. That's why I tell people pass within a month. Pass within a month. During the test phase, yes, there is, a monthly fee. But once you move out of the test phase into the pro phase, in these ones, there are no more monthly fees. And normally when you go from test to pro, prop firms charge what's called an activation fee because you're activating the pro account. And with Take Profit Trader, it is normally $130. But right now, again, with the promo code Clay, not only do you get the 30% off the account, but then this is $0. So it really is a very, very solid deal right now. But yes, once you get to the test or the pro, there are no more monthly fees. And that's why I say you have a month, so you can take as long as you want to pass the test. I mean, they'd love for you to take 6 months because then they can charge you that amount 6 times. But that's why I say don't rush, but just get it done within a month so that you no longer have to pay that monthly fee. Correct, King. Yeah. Yep. King, I will hunt you down if you do not use code Clay. You have turned me in to Take Profit Trader customer service, which is fine. I'm just giving you a hard time. But on that note, you better use code Clay. Oh, you already did. Thank you. What? I'm sorry if you told me. Did you tell me what size, what purchasing power you got? Bashir, Ayir. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name. But hello, everyone. Happy trading. Yes, same to you. 50. Good job. Awesome. 50K. Cool. All right, I am going to get aggressive on this one. I see some areas, but I'm now looking to get short. First entry. There we go. There I tried. I missed it. Tried the back test of the line. I was too slow, though. I'll go up to VWAP at this point. Don't you think candle is messing up your support line? No, not at all. I'm trying to play a back test, or I tried to play a back test of it, and it would have worked out very nicely for a scalp. I mean, look at it. It literally bounced right off my yellow line. I was just too slow. I'm getting too old. I got to start to eat more chicken breast and broccoli. I got to start to drink some more creatine. Just don't have it like I once used to. I used to have the reflexes of a cat. Now I just have the reflexes of a dead cat. Come on now. Trying to see if it wants to bounce up and fill me. Yeah, I'd like to make a run up to 150 likes. They've kind of slowed down here. So if you would like the stream to continue and you have a like, please hit that like button. I'll keep going as long as the likes keep creeping up. But I've noticed they've kind of just stalled out. So I'm not sure if that means people are kind of... Whoa! Oh my goodness. What is going on? What was that? Did anybody see that, or am I Bizarro World? Did anybody see that or no? How did I not get absolutely crushed on that? I lost like $2 on that entire thing. I'm very grateful because that thing spiked massively against me, and then all of a sudden I don't know. Oh, is there an auction today? Did they do bonds today? I forgot the market kind of cares about the bond stuff. Well, but that was at 102 when it happened. Let me check something. Oh, yeah, there was a note auction. Yes, good call. Usually the market does not care about bond auctions, but with the current drama out there, the markets do actually care a little bit more about bond auctions. I totally lost track of that. Didn't even know that was occurring, so that was self-inflicted. Wow. Sometimes luck is on your side. That's what it was right there. No, it had nothing to do with Trump talking. That was totally the bond auction. Wow. How did I escape? Like, I mean, if you scroll back and you'll see it just, the platform, it exploded and then my platform just locked up. But down here, it was still showing me that I was in the green. So I was like, exit. And then as soon as it unlocked, yeah, that was... Yep, but that was my fault. I forgot to check the news. Well, I checked the news, but I was like, oh yeah, there's nothing at 9:45 or 10. But I did not. I forgot about the bond auction. Yeah, Trump may be talking right now, Maxwell. All I'm saying is that him talking had nothing to do with that spike. That had to do with the bond auction. Usually the market does not care. It's not even a blip on the radar. But in these current times, yes, the market does care about what's going on with those bond auctions. But that was wild. Shame on me. If people are not aware, there were Brennan people that probably just got roasted. Yeah, okay, Trump is done talking for now. Yep, exactly. That was great. Well, man, that just messed me up. You still have your account, Axel? Or did you just lose your account? You just got to check Maxwell economic calendar. Just Google economic calendar. They're all over the place out there. Okay, world free speech. This is this is my first and only warning. That's a pumping post. Stop pumping, okay? Especially when you say it will soon be going, it will be going up soon again. No, it won't. You can't say it will, because that implies it's a guarantee. You don't know that, world of free speech. So first warning and last warning. Stop pumping. Yeah, I know how you do it. Like a total pumper. So I'm deleting that post out because WRD is total and utter garbage. If anybody goes and buys WRD, you deserve to lose everything you have, okay? I don't care if it's pumping right now. You're wasting your time trading that nonsense. You want to see a pump? Look at this pump, son. All right. This is, okay, now he's got me fired up. So it's time to squash these people that operate in such ignorance. Okay, so world free speech is like, oh, this thing is pumping, yeah? Let's do a little math here. So this movement started at, let's just call it, I'm gonna go conservative. It didn't start, but let's just call it 19,900, and then it went up as high as 20,200. So let's do some math. Pumping. I'm gonna show you a pump, boy. 20,200 minus 19,000. Okay, so this movement right here, from again, what did I say it was at? 19. No, I don't think it. 19,900. Yeah. Okay, let's work smarter, not harder. 20,000. There we go. 20,020 minus 19,900. So this right here was a 120-point move. 120 points. One contract on the NQ, as I said, is worth $20. Okay? One contract. So if that was 120 points, and then each one of those points is worth $20, that was $2,400 per contract. So had somebody, and again, Pam's plant, let's just go on we'll start on the small side of things. For $105, so $105 all in risk, you could have gotten up to 3 of those contracts. So for $105, you could have $2,400 times 3. That movement right there was $7,200. I don't want to hear about, oh, this thing is pumping. No, your thing is moving like molasses. Not to mention, in order to make any worthwhile money from it, you'd have had to have used tens of thousands of dollars of your own money. Here, what did I just show? For $105, you could have had $7,200. Or maybe you wanted to come down here with the $150,000 purchasing account, and in that situation, you could have gotten up to 15 of those contracts. And what did I just say? Now, I am going at the extremes, but if that movement there was $2,400 and you had 15 of those, that's $36,000. Yeah, no, that's real money. This is real money too. Once you get into the pro account, it's real money. Yeah, and you're putting all that money at risk. The amount that people are so ignorant. Oh man, this stock is pumping. Yeah, it's pumping and requiring, okay, what was it, WRD? I'm going to really just tell you how bad of an idea that this guy is doing. WRD. Okay, it's pumping. Okay, so this is a pump? Oh my goodness. What am I doing with my life? Okay, so let's just say, I realize this is 630, but let's just say this was $6 and it went up to, let's just say this was $9. So it went up $3 per share. That's pumping, $3 per share. Well, how are you going to make any money on $6 per share? Yeah, well, it's hard to learn world free speech when you keep wasting your time with this nonsense. So if that's $3 per share, this big old move on this small cap stock, okay, well, to make any worthwhile money on it, let's just say, well, even $100, that's $300. So on a $6 stock, if you got 100 shares, that would cost you $600. So, okay, but let's say, you know what, let's say you're at let's get $1,000, right? Or let's get 1,000 shares. So 1,000 shares at $6 is $6,000 required of your own money. Remember back to the futures example, how much was required? $105. So you need $6,000 of your own money required. And again, this isn't even a $3 move. I'm just trying to err on the side of absolute caution and for this. So that made $3, or so that moved $3. So if you now have 1,000 shares and that moved $3, you made $3,000. Good job. It cost you $6,000 of your own money to make $3,000. Whereas over here, you saw it cost a whole lot less. So not to mention, if this thing spikes against you, what these small caps can do, guess what? That's all $6,000 of your money on the line. Whereas with the futures prop firm world, and something crazy happens, and maybe it spikes against you, well, you know what? Yes, you'd lose your account because you broke the rule, you lost too much, but how much did it actually cost you out of your pocket? If you're doing these small cap stocks, that could be every single penny out of your account. You could literally drain your account. You no longer have an account. In this situation, no one wants to lose money, but I'll take $119 and still have plenty of money left over to buy another account and to try again. So yes, please, don't tell these small caps it's nonsense. It's nonsense. Inefficient use of capital. You're taking on way too much risk because, well, these low floats, they can run. That's true. They can also run against you. You can get stuck in halts, and it's all your money at risk. So you own 100% of the losses when those happen. Not so with Pam's plant. There we go. All right. Got a little passionate, but I don't like when pumpers show up and then pump absolute and utter mathematically verifiable garbage. As I just showed you, why would you use $6,000 of your money when you could use $105 and then get even better gains? Like, explain to me how that makes any sense. It doesn't. I lost track of the chat. Didn't know yellow folder. Yes, Maxwell, that's what I'm telling you. Is right now the market, usually it doesn't. You're right, Maxwell. Most of the time, the markets do not care about bonds and what's going on with the bond auction. But right now in these times, they do. So that's why, and shame on me. Like I said, that was not some sort of random. That was had I blown up my account there, that would have been totally self-inflicted. Lalise, how you doing? How is it that you only lost $2 for that big candle? I don't know, Solo. Luck was on my side. Luck was on my side on that one because before it spiked up, it did come back down. It spiked up, came back down. It's not reflecting the chart now, but that's how I got out. Solo, you should buy a bid for next candle. Solo, you should start trading. How about you start trading? That'd be a good idea. Instead of armchair quarterbacking what I should be doing, how about you put your money where your mouth is? How about that, Solo? How about you go get yourself a prop firm account, and then you can share with us all the trades you're doing instead of sitting here and saying what other people should do. When it comes to trading, that is, because I realize the irony. I am telling you, you should go get a prop firm account, but I'm talking about within the trading itself. I don't even think Solo, I don't know what Solo's doing other than telling me how I should be trading right now. Now, if he had said, hey, you should do this and I'm also doing it, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know if I honestly agree, but at least you're putting some money where your mouth is. Have you had it happen to you where when it gets hit, like stop loss, a new position? Well, yeah, it's happened, but that's because you failed to cancel. You didn't cancel your orders. That's why that happens, Axel. Exactly, patient trader. Yeah, you gotta just know for now, everybody, that the market does care about the bond market. So because of that, they're gonna care about those bond auctions. Hey, if you are enjoying, let's get this up to at least 150. We're actually doing quite poor on likes today compared to yesterday. Well, that's all right. But if you are enjoying and you want the stream to continue, we've seemed to have stalled out right below 150. So I'll keep pushing this. We'll go beyond the 3 hour mark, but I want to make sure people are still interested, and I measure interest via that like button. So if you are enjoying and you want to keep the stream going, you can communicate that via that like button. The movement of futures is so much better. Like, oh yeah, you'll never go back. Futures, if you're a day trader, I've said it quite a few times on the stream, but I'll say it again. I heard several times. Yeah, everybody, if you survive long enough as a day trader, you'll eventually be day trading futures. I mean, and it took me probably longer than it should have, but yes, I've arrived in futures. Because futures from, again, day trading category, we're talking in the category of day trading, futures they're just better. Trump's yapping, that's why we had so much about. No, that's not true. That's why this happened. But this one right here, that crazy spike, that was because of the bond auction. But yes, this over here, yeah, that was, I think, Trump talking to the Canadian guy or whatever. Am I crazy for thinking about getting long there? What is that? No, I don't want. Am I crazy? If anything, maybe I should be short in there looking for a trend line rejection. Ooh, I'd be going against Bart. Bart is currently long. If I got short right here, I could have stopped. Well, that's a tight stop. Yep. I almost went to Forex before I stumbled upon your YouTube channel. Oh. Well, I'm glad to hear that, John. I'm glad to hear that you stumbled upon here and saved yourself the hassle of having to watch paint dry. What is your trading style? I don't know. Candlestick technical charts. With candlestick technical charts, that's my trading style. I get it, like the new craze is like you're supposed to have some sort of like cool sounding thing that you do. I'm not cool. I'm an old crusty guy, I guess. I'm a candlestick trader. That's what I'm doing. I'm a candlestick technical trader. Time to short. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I would not call anybody crazy if they are short, though. Short with like a stop up around here. No guarantee. So as always, just make sure you're using that risk management, controlling the risk. But like I said, would I call you crazy if somebody said that they were short right now? I would not call you crazy at all. I don't know, Sahib. Where would you put it? It's not about where I'd put my stop. Where would you put your stop? Not to mention, I just did kind of talk. You must have typed that as I was saying it or something. Or else that's just some great irony because I was literally just talking about where my stop would be, and then you asked where would I put my stop. So you must have been mid-typing as I was saying that. Or you just, either that or you just went into ultimate troll mode. Well, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? Instead of saying maybe draw up trend line and wait to break it and to short it, is that what you're doing, or where do you stand on the trade? Hey, any books to self-learn TA? No, books are pure and utter garbage. Books can't teach TA. All books do is rely on past history. They'll give you a picture and then map out perfectly how you should have done something. That's not how the real world works. So books will definitely not teach you technical analysis. Do not waste your time with trading. Books will not teach you how to trade because books rely on pictures, and pictures are just like, I mean, anybody can be like, see, this would have been a good trade in a book. You let the price come down and then you buy the break of the trend line. Just draw the trend line and then buy the break. It's like, well, that's a cool story but you already knew all this happened, and that's all books do. So no, run far away from books. Yeah, you can learn from the live stream, but you'll also learn a lot more, and you'll learn in a way that makes sense within my mentorship program. But that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, most of these candles don't fully form until the final. Well, yes, that's by definition. A candle does not form until the final seconds because the final seconds are the when the candle is done. So if it's a 2-minute candle, then at 1 minute and 57 seconds, those final 3 seconds are when the candle is going to be done, because in 3 seconds, it's 2 minutes, and then a new candle needs to start. So yes, that is I think I see what you're saying. Don't truly form until, okay, yes, I see what you're saying, Nas, and that is true. Oh boy. Well, I hope somebody went short there. That's all I can say, and I hope Bart was using a stop loss. Because Bart just got roasted. Now, he didn't get roasted. I'm assuming he used a stop loss, but... Well, again, I hope somebody was short there, because I was thinking about it, but did not pull the trigger, and that would have been beautiful. What a move. Well, why do you have to self-learn, Blanc? Why do you have to self-learn? I disagree with that premise. There's no way that you have to self-learn. But either way, run far, far away from books. Goodness. Yikes. All right, I'm going to do this just because my risk is so tight. So it may just come down and just blow right through me, and if it does, so be it. So looking to buy at the green line. Bring that down a little bit more. Buy at the green line, stop is at the red. Low probability trade, but that's being compensated via the fact of my monetary risk will be very low. Let's see if it wants to come down a bit more. Again, looking to go long at the green line. Stop is the red line. See if we can get maybe some sort of double bottom down around here, but... Well, I guess I coulda, shoulda, woulda just bought at that pink line. All right, I'm going to cancel that out, and we'll see how this candle wants to finish looking like. 154 likes. Yeah. Today's been pretty rough. Friday and then Monday, we were up over 200 likes. So, yeah, this crowd, I guess they're just not quite as entertained as previous crowds. But, yes, overall, still very grateful for the 150 likes. That's good stuff. Just compared to the past two. You do Forex. No, this is futures. Run far away from Forex. Oh, okay, Bart. So you're basically like not a day trader. You're like a day trader, swing trader. You need 2 S's. 2 S's, Matt. 2 S's. Pam's with 2 S's. But yes, Pam's plan is the way to go. I'm going to keep an eye on that line right there. Good thing I made money here today. My stocks aren't doing so well. Yeah. Well, I mean, those are investings, right? Investment stocks. I wouldn't pay too much attention to those. This is a back test and go off that pink line. The 5 minutes so stretched though. Look at that 5 minute candle. I mean, sure, it could keep bleeding, but stretched down. I got to pass on the short side for now. I'm just saying, Bart, like with those wide up stops and profit targets, I mean, you're still day trading because you're looking to buy and sell in the same day. I'm just saying, like, you're almost like a swing trader within that context. I don't know. I could do a breakout and get out. What would that be? 60, stop right there. About a 10-point stop. But it's that candle. It's really stretched. Yeah. Once you hit the like button once, just keep it at 1 because that's true. That's funny. If you hit it again, it'll disappear. We don't want that. I don't know. Is this just gonna? All right. This is a chase. I'm gonna just go to 1. I'm trying to capture it if it. Wants to come down through there. No. Once you pass an account, you don't want to touch it anymore. No, I'm over the threshold. So no, this is not the test account from earlier. Nope. Again, once you pass and hit the profit target, don't touch it. Don't touch it anymore. Bro, can you turn off the caps, man? Solo, bro. How are you? I feel like you're just yelling at me. Stop yelling at me. What did I deserve for you to just sit here and just yell? Once you pass an account. Yeah, no kidding, Nass. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I have multiple accounts going. I kind of have my own little personal theory that I'm working on right now. All right. We're seeing if this breakdown wants to push it down even further. So looking to get short down here. I want to see if it can clear these lows and then look for some more follow through. But step 1, it's got to be able to clear down through all these lows right here. I'm still short. Buying any good pullbacks we get. Oh, nice. Ken is short still. Another thing to take note of with front-end account is that the amount of profit per trade, especially if there's a... Yep, that's true, Bart. Yep. Got to know the rules. And take profit trader, very straightforward consistency rule, just 50% of whatever the target is. So on take profit during the test phase, this rule goes away. But if your profit target is that 3,000, then the most you're allowed to make during the test phase is just 1,500. That way, they're preventing you from YOLOing, getting lucky, and then saying, see, I know how to trade. It's like, well, no. We're going to prevent the blind gamble YOLOs. So again, 50% rule on take profit trader, whatever the profit target is, you're only allowed to make 50% of that in a single day. But once you do move from the test into the pro, then that rule goes away and you can make as much as you want any day. Oh, wow, quite the bounce here. Yes, good point on that. Good reminder. Thank you, Bart. Didn't get filled at that last pullback. Had an order at 924. Oh, yeah, that is absurd. Do you live stream the market open? I do not. Nope. I have a private trading community, and I need to give my attention to them, making alerts, building watch lists, stuff like that. So no, at the market open, I don't do anything like that. I go live here right around, well, at the very latest 11 a.m. Eastern every morning. I don't remember what I did this morning, actually. All I remember is I was thinking about playing a double bottom, but I canceled it, and I'm glad I did because I would have gotten wrecked. Because it hit that double bottom point and just boosh. Yeah, I don't remember how I played this morning. I think I scalped a short here, maybe down. Just a little bit of a scalp, and I'm glad I did before it went back. Or I don't know, maybe I put... No, okay. I do know for sure I took a trade off the pink line. That was one of my shorts, was off the pink line. But yeah, I don't remember the other things in great detail. So this is I mean, 860. In fact, so much so that we got to get this mapped out. This area right here, let's add a new color. You got to think this has got some spice to it right here. If the price can come down there and break down through it, is that going to be the level that catapults this thing? Well, I'd say the next target would be that pivot point right there, the dotted line. But still got a ways before that level could come into play. But you got to think that everybody and their brother's uncle is now officially watching that area. So we essentially have a descending triangle here. I'm going to get rid of that level now. It served its purpose. Let me bring this down. So essentially, at least in my opinion, what I'm seeing here is a descending triangle pattern. We have the resistance. And we have the support. So is this thing just going to keep kind of boom, 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 and then finally maybe get the break to the downside? That's more so what I'd like to see in my little perfect world. But it'll take some time to continue to develop, but I think a lot of people are probably watching that dynamic right now, this descending triangle. And we'll see if the price can indeed come down to that area or not. I guess in all actuality, I just noticed it, but this trend line here is essentially mimicking exactly the purple line right there, the 50-period moving average. They're essentially valued, one and the same. So maybe that's an interesting short area. All right, we're coming on the 3-hour mark. I'd like to get this up to at least 175 likes to keep things going. So about 13 minutes to get 13 more likes, I guess. So there we go. If you would like the party to continue beyond the 3-hour mark, let's get this up to 175 likes, and I'll gauge that as people are still interested. If not, then I'll just chalk it up to people's interest levels have kind of peaked out. And I'll throw it out there, or $15 in super chat. So there we go. $15 in super chats, or getting this up to 175 likes by the 3-hour mark, which is about 12 minutes from now. In short at 897. All right, Ken is short right now. And I don't blame him at all. He's thinking that this thing could roll back over. I might join a little bit up at the trend line here. We'll see. Looks like I didn't really miss anything. Go back for the moment. Quick decision, short, 896, stop. So this is, in theory, Frank, are you actually going to take that trade? Do you have enough time back from your within your work day to make that trade, or are you just talking more so theoretically? All right, we still need 8 more likes. Okay, we're knocking on the door here. I do like the 5-minute here, if we can. I am holding NQ long. All right, well, I'm thinking short. Oh, no. Whoops. Click. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, in. Short there. Just one. And the blue line is still blinking. Okay, my stop is whatever. I can't even see anything because the blue. I don't even know where I. Apparently, I put my stop way. Never. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being overly dramatic, but that blue line really just throws me off. I thought. Now I was putting my stop in green territory, so that would be a winning trade regardless. But I didn't think it was that tight. But I couldn't really tell where the blinking blue line was, so I guess I put it way too tight than what it actually was. That's annoying. Has anybody ever asked Take Profit Trader or excuse me, ask Tradeovate why that happens? Out of curiosity, hey, let me rephrase it. Has anybody ever had this happen to them, the blinking blue line, or is it just me? If it has happened to you, has any of you ever talked to Tradeovate and be like, hey, why does that happen? Because as far as I can tell, it's just random. But to be fair, maybe I'm doing something that I'm not aware of that I'm doing, but getting my feet wet with futures. What price action tools do you recommend studying? Candlesticks. Candlesticks is the way to go. Almost blew my account today. Uh-oh. Was plus 860, then down 900. And then at 12:30 got long and added up to 6 NQ contracts and exited the top candle. Woof. Lucky but won't complain. Hey, SM. I'm glad you still got the account. Absolutely just yesterday and today I'll shoot no. No, I have no direct. Oh, man. Yes, I was short there. I'm not a big fan of excuses, but that's one of those times where I don't know. The blinking blue line makes my life hard sometimes. I'll just put it that way. Never had that, really? But you scroll your mouse wheel to zoom in. But that'll make the blinking blue line go away. If I just do that, that'll make the blinking line stop blinking. You scalped it, Matt. Matt, when are you past your test, man? You got to be like, you have been crushing it, yet you haven't passed the test yet. Almost done with the profit target, only 3K more to completing, 150K target at. Are you still within the month, SM? No, you'll be able to see it better. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I know. I just want the line to go away. I just want the blinking blue line to stop blinking. Oh, you're doing just fine. And what number do you have to get that to, Matt? Man, I nailed that thing. Then my stop got way too tight. Oh, well. What amount did you start at? I'm so confused, Matt. How can you still be that far away? You have to get it to 265 and it's only at 252, but you've been crushing it. Only candlesticks for price action? Yep. Technical charts. DOM, time, sales, heat map. Nope. I don't use any of that stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's not valuable, but you asked for me. I just use candle. Well, I mean, I use some other indicator. I use technical charts, mainly candlesticks as the main driver. Stopped on the last 2 men Q at 8.6. Happy about that trade. Good job. Good job. Gotcha, SM. All right, we are approaching the bottom part of this area that I found very interesting. I am not taking a short on this candle, though. That's for sure. That would have me seemingly chasing the price. Caught a quick little scalp there. Good job. Now, if this wants to come down here and consolidate out a little bit, I would do that and then break because I have a nice little stop above the pink line. But I'm not going to take this short, which would be disappointing because I'm very interested with that level and it just did not care. Aww. Oh, okay, okay. All right, that makes more sense, Matthew. All right, Matt, you're close then. You're close. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Hey, we have 4 minutes to get 5 more likes, or else the stream is. I'm calling it good because I would take that as people are no longer interested. So if you are interested and you want to keep the stream going beyond the 3-hour mark, we have less than 4 minutes to get this up to 75 likes. So if you have a like sitting out there, you have not used it, and you would like the stream and party to continue, make sure you hit that like button. But as right now, we got 3 more to go. I'm getting nervous. 3 more to go. All right, there we go. We made it. We made it. The stream will continue beyond the 3-hour mark. Oh, now I doubt I'd still be in there, but you all saw it here, man. Power of trend lines and moving average. Boom, I was short right there. I'm out. Good short call. Thank you, Master Wayne. Master. I'll take I'm not a greedy man. I'll take the $5 tip on the super chat. By the way, like a bunch of people made money on that, and not a single super chat shows up. Bunch of savages here. Unbelievable. Savages. Maybe I should take the live stream private. Should I just do it private? Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should just start doing a private live stream. Regarding blinking blue line, no reliable user-side fixed contact trade of 8 support for updates. Thank you, Captain Oblivious. I appreciate that. All right, well, I guess I'll just have to learn how to deal with it. All right. Well, we waited that whole, or at least I waited. And then we got just what seemed to be a chasing move all the way down to that. Hey, Ken. Ken's my buddy. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it. And yes, use code CLAY to feed the kids. I got 6 kids. I needed them to be fed. If you're using either Take Profit Trader or Apex, code CLAY. Which, by the way, for you advanced traders out there, advanced, I should say, prop firm traders, Apex did just start another 80% sale. So if you are a fan of, if you want to support the channel and you do use Apex, code CLAY will give you that 80% off. But again, Apex, that's for advanced prop firm traders. If you show up there as a beginner, you're going to be so overwhelmed. I'm just kidding you, Master Wayne. But yeah, I appreciate this hitting the sub. And yeah, Master Wayne, if you're doing, are you doing prop firms? If so, the best way, because with a super chat, YouTube takes like, I don't know, they take a chunk of it. But with if you use code CLAY, that's a very efficient way to support the channel. Dan, hey Clay, I'm sold as a futures trader, signing up this week for a take profit. All right, Dan, awesome. Any idea what purchasing power you're going to go with? Have I ever traded options? Oh, yeah. For years upon years upon years, I've day traded options. They're pure and utter garbage compared to what I'm doing right now. Nice, Dan. Yeah, day trading options are mathematically verifiable garbage. It's the epitome of working harder, not smarter. But I make money day trading options. That's fine. I'm telling you, you're doing it inefficiently. And I have a way better way where you'd make even more money. Time decay kept. Yeah, exactly. Why would people consciously choose to deal with theta? You don't have to deal with theta. You do not have to deal with theta. What's an SO? Man, I'm old. I have a big account at the moment. What do you mean, like a lot of money in your account? Grateful for mark to market on. Well, Zombie Driver, the thing with Pam's Plant is you don't have to. I mean, Pam's Plant, one of the great parts is this right here. Tax reporting is very easy. All they will do is send you a 1099, and that is literally the only form that you will give your accountant. It's just a 1099. How nice is that come tax season? With the prop firm, just do the 1099. Oh, SOS shout out? Tyus? I don't know how to say your name. Ties? Ties? Hey, Ties, how you doing? Is that a shout out? Yeah, options have been doing well. I swing. Okay, swing trading options I have nothing against. That's fine. There's some cool things you can do with swing trading options. But yeah, day trading options makes no sense. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that I have zero problems with that. If you want to swing trade options and then day trade futures, that's good stuff there. Yeah, we'll get into it, Kingdom. Let's go. What's holding you back? How is Shane just discovering I have 6 kids? Dude, you've been here so many times before and you just now know I have 6 kids? Man, I tell you what, the live stream world, I don't think I'll ever get used to it. It's so weird. Like, that's the most recent example. Shane Richards has been like I know enough to know that he's been on the live stream like many times since I've started a few months ago. But then now he's just learning that I have 6 kids. Crazy. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Well, it is nearing the pivot point, which is that dotted brown line. So I'm interested in potentially a trade down there on the long side, but I want to see if it can get down there and then how it behaves. We'll join very soon. Sounds good, Kingdom. Code Clay. Code Clay so my kids can eat. So my 6 kids can get a meal. Code Clay. If you do not use Code Clay, then that means you are pro child starvation. You want kids to starve if you don't use Code Clay. Perfect trader. Do you ever trade gold or platinum or oil on a 4-hour time frame and hold as long as possible? No, I don't do any of that. I do not do that, Perfect Trader, but sounds like it's working for you, and that's awesome. What time do I need to be done by for sure? Question mark. We got to go drop our car off. Code Clay. Yes, just with no question mark, though. Just Code Clay. No question mark on it. How do I add that dotted lines? You just got to add in the pivots. I'm buying more here. Uh-oh. We got a case of somebody just averaging down. I will check out prop firm. I am new to futures. Yeah, Zombie. What do you trade right now, Zombie? What do you trade right now? All right, it's coming down, coming down, coming down. Still going to short any good pullbacks we get. I'm thinking long right now. $115. So it is 12.49. Okay. All right. Noted. Noted. stocks. Oh yeah, you will. You will. I guarantee you will absolutely love day trading futures. You will love it. And you'll be like me, as somebody that did day trade stocks and options too. And I'm like, man, what was I doing for so long? Wow, was I missing out? In. Out there for a quick little scalpy scalp. So quick little scalp, not risking anything too big at this time in the day. At one point, this was all, I had given all these back, right? I think at one point I started off the day with a winning trade. Then this went to -2. I think I was down $2 or something. Now all the way up to 128. So not too bad on very, very small size on what would be considered a slower, kind of slower momentum and movement in the futures market today. I may enter back in long again. In other words, I would not call you crazy in the least if you're long here with the stop below the pivot point. Not guaranteed to happen, but do I see the logic? Do I see what you're thinking of in your mind? Absolutely. Like, I totally get it. Once again, that's not guaranteed to happen, but I would not in any way, shape, or form call you a degenerate gambler because you're just randomly doing stuff that doesn't make any sense. No, I totally see what you're seeing. Again, to drive home, that doesn't mean that it'll work, but I see the logic. I see the rationale behind it, and that's what we want as traders. We want to be avoiding just randomness and doing things that make sense. And this is a situation where choosing a scalp has now proven to be unwise. But we've all been there, right? Sometimes you choose a scalp and you're like, man, I'm glad I did that because that would have been a losing trade. Other times, like I'm experiencing right now, I'm not very happy about it. On the flip side, we've all been there, myself included, where I choose not to scalp because I want to, I'm looking for a move like this. And I could have had a green trade and then it goes against me and I sit there and say, man, I should have just scalped. So I've been there too. But that is just the... I guess I could have played a back test right there. Didn't even necessarily dawn on me. Whoops. Scalp 10 long. Good job, Ken. Whoa. Oh boy. Yeah, I should have played that back test. Well, I don't even know what I was. That was one of those moments where sometimes I'm looking at the chart, but because I'm talking to the chat. And I'm thinking what I want to say to the chat, like I'm looking at, but it's literally, I'm not comprehending anything that I see. I've done that now. That's just something I've learned about the live streams, is I can be looking at the chart and talking, but because I'm thinking about what I'm talking and stuff like that, sometimes, okay, how can I say this in a clever way or I don't want to sound stupid way, but then I'm literally not comprehending what I'm watching. And that's what I kind of just had right there. I guess I got another chance here if I think it will come back down. Yeah, I got a nice little stop there. Let's see it push up a little bit more. Oh, come on, don't get really directed literally right off of it. So scalp is setting a take profit trade, right? No. A scalp, as I'm talking about, is just you get in and you start to see some green and you just hop out. You take the quick little scalp. Letting the trade work for you is like, no, I want a little bit more than just that little bit of green. I want to see if I can get quite a bit more green. Come on back up, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. Come on back up. How many monitors do you use? I have 3. 3. I want to say 22. I don't know. Is it 22 or 20? Do they even come in 27? I don't know. It's either, I think, 22 or 27. I have 3. I used to have 4, but then I discovered that I can make 3 work just fine. I am thinking about maybe adding more monitors in though, especially if I keep doing the live stream thing. Because some of this gets a little congested and I don't think I'm operating at max efficiency from now like a live stream production thing. I kind of do a lot of behind the scenes clicking around, which I don't know if that's necessarily the best way to go about it. But if I was just strictly trading, then yeah, three is good enough for me. Yeah, I do need it. 6 kids, 6 likes. Or 6 kids, 6 monitors. But yeah, if I could get 6 more likes, that'd put us at 190. That'd be good. We're closing in on 200, which would be pretty cool to have 3 live streams in a row with over 200 likes. So if you are enjoying and you want to help us get up to that 200 like mark, that'd be cool. Same here. And 2 waiting to hook up. I use 27-inch. Okay, yeah, then I must have 27-inch then. I'm not a techie person. I assume that they... Which, by the way, that reminds me. I am on a new computer that was built. So this is just me being happy with the product. But I had this company here build me a computer. Fantastic. That guide they offer is actually very, very helpful. So even if you never buy from them... the guide that, like I said, is on the screen here. If you go and sign up for it, good stuff there. So if you are interested, check that out. Because again, like I said, I am not techie at all. I don't even know like how it works. Like, do monitors go 25, 26, 27, 28? I don't think so. I think they jump numbers. But anyways, that's what kind of sparked me. I am on a new computer that was built by that company right there. Great stuff. And a very good guide. Let's go 5 hours to that. No, I can't go 5 hours. I have to take. We're getting some car work done on my Lamborghini. We got to take it to the shop. That's a joke. I don't have a Lamborghini. I have a tractor, and I did not know that tractors were built by Lamborghini. It's not a Lamborghini tractor though. It's a John Deere tractor. But no, we are getting some work done on the car, so we still got a little bit of time though. Price idea for a computer cut. You just have to go to their site, Zombie Driver. They got a variety of different packages and different types and setups and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so if you click on that link, it gives you the root of their and sign up for the guide. Then you'll be able to get to their site also. Suppose I should probably buy here. I have such a tight stop down there. Went back up. I'd like to try to have gotten it closer to the 840 mark down here. So we'll see if it wants to come back down to right around 840. Have short orders in at 880 to 898. Oh, wow. You're looking for it to come up quite a bit. I'd probably hop in a little bit before then. This is an account, though, I need to start to think about, I think, getting a little bit more aggressive on it. Oh, nice. Mark is... Okay, so Mark vouches for him, too. Yeah, Eddie, he's been a pleasure to work with for sure. So there we go. And Mark, Mark and I, we have gotten into cahoots. Yeah, cahoots with one another. How long have you had yours, Mark? I'm on, I don't know, I think like the first month. Maybe I've had it for a little bit more than a month. Don't quote me, but as far as I'm concerned, in computer ages or computer years, I'd still consider it pretty brand new. But how long have you had yours for? 4.5 years, and is still working pretty well. I assume so. If you're saying that they're great to work with, but I would assume that you're still happy with the product. No problems yet. Very good, very good. 4.5 years. I like it. Always a good thing. Computer's not the most enjoyable thing to have to fork out capital for, but it's sort of one of those kind of necessary evils that we need as traders. What are you talking about, bro? I just make money from my cell phone all the time. Okay, well, we're all not as gifted as you are. All right, still just hovering. So hopefully nobody is shocked, especially if you understand technical charts, to see this former area of support that I mapped out a long time ago with it broken, now acting as resistance. This is just classic technical analysis. Former area of support, now acting as resistance. The one problem, though, is even if it were to break this trend line, you might have to worry about that the pivot point right there, which is why I would not be interested in shorting the break of that trend line. If it wants to come up a little bit more, though, I'm interested in potentially shorting. Have to have a computer. Can you imagine doing this on a phone? Yeah, it would on a phone. That'd be pretty rough. That'd be pretty rough. And it's coming back up. Come on. Mm. 61. 246, about a $60 risk. Yeah. I'll risk about $60 on it. That's fine. I'll still be plenty green on this account. So about a $60 risk on this one. Looking to try to play the top part of what, in my mind, is a bear pennant pattern. Bottom part of it, top part of it, move down. Golf hole up here, so upside down pennant, which is a bear pennant. Blade Man 1209 low to 12 low trend line support of falling wedge. Okay, I'm in. Uh-oh. Might be a quick trade here. But if this is a legitimate breakout to the upside, I want out. Like I said, I was willing to risk about $60 on it. So I'm okay if it costs me 60, like I said, because I know I'll be plenty green. And I am still plenty green. All right. On to the next one. On to the next one. Blackout News next. Well, I mean, I don't know. Blackout News Network. If you bought where I was shorting, you wouldn't be saying that. That's for sure. You'd be pretty happy. Cancel the order. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to click the button. Thank you. Well, all I will say here is I'm glad for stop loss orders, because this would have been spinning out of control in a hurry. What time is it? Is there? Busy chart there, mate. No, it's not busy at all. What are you talking about? You should see some of the charts I've seen. There's nothing busy about this one bit. Are there days that you just want to close the screen? Yeah, some days are just like, I need to be done. And like right now, would I normally be probably trading? No, like I said, that's where I'm still trying to figure out my journey of given I'm enjoying the live streaming stuff. And I know you all enjoy seeing some live trades. So I'm trying to kind of balance how exactly I want to approach all this. Long on this break. Are you getting long on that break? I'm not. I got short. Well, I got short down here thinking it might want to roll back over. But as we just witnessed there, it did not want to roll back over. But I knew before I even got in that trade what my risk was, and I knew that if I was wrong, I'd still be perfectly happy. And I'm still perfectly happy, but then all of a sudden, just like that, boof, down it went. Is somebody talking again? It's funny. Somebody shows up complaining about the price action, and then all this is happening. It's like, okay, now it's starting to move. Your upward trend line is probably better. Maybe. Hey, this is getting kind of very just now back up. Is somebody talking? What? Somebody talk? Bueller? I go wick to wick, though. Cool, man. Whatever works best for you, Blade Man. You do what you feel most comfortable with for sure. Treasury buyback results, maybe? Oh, could be. Could be. You're the only one talking that I see. Interesting. Well, I don't know then. Hey, can we get this up to 200? We're only 7 likes away. That would put us at our 3rd live stream in a row with 200 likes, which would be amazing. So if you do have a like and you've been enjoying, you feel like you've learned something, you've been entertained, just anything positive. If you have anything positive and you got a like still left, hit that like button. That'd be awesome to... Oh, we need 2 more for the JJ effect. 2 more likes. There we go. Well, you need 1 more, though, because there's always a JJ. There's always somebody that's living in their mom's basement that's like, oh, yeah? Take my like away. Thank you. Thank you, Blackout Network. Appreciate it. There we go. 203. Awesome. 3 in a row. All right. I don't count Saturdays because Saturdays is not the normal thing. Just made 375. Just happened to have the cursor in the right place at the right time. Wow, this is... Yeah, well, congrats, Drew. And while I'm thinking, I am offering this webinar this Thursday. So if you want to learn more about the tools I'm using, how I build consistency, manage risk, making sure that you have the right approach and such towards the market, then go get signed up for this live webinar. Like I said, it is free. It'll be this Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So check out that link in the chat room and you can go get signed up for it. Well, we need to get the car into the shop. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. I don't really like ending on a losing trade, but like I said, I had it all calculated in my mind where if I was wrong, I'd still be okay on the day. It's still okay mentally, so it's not like I'm upset, but it is what it is. Re-enter shorts. Well, then go ahead and re-enter. You don't have to tell the shorts to re-enter. You just re-enter yourself. Let us know how it turns out. Well, you're not going to be able to let us know because I'm calling this good. So, again, if you want to support the channel, hitting that like button and subscribe button is a very easy way to do it. But then taking your support to that extra level, if you are in the prop firm world of futures and you're looking to do either Take Profit Trader or Apex, code CLAY is what will get you the current promotion, whatever that promotion is. It's the best one out there available. As code CLAY is, like I said, a way to kick up your support to that next level. But thank you. We got up over 200 likes. Good interactive crowd. I don't think we had a single troll this one, so that was interesting. Not one single troll. But I will be back tomorrow at 7, or not, I lied. I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time at the very latest. So everybody, take care. Thanks for being here. And for those of you that hang out on a routine basis, I'll see you back. And if you do not, maybe consider starting to hang out. But take care. Have a good rest.